It's really bitter now that it's room temperature. Ah. Ah. Oh no. I learned nothing. Yeah.
Told him that he fucking stunk.
Hmm.
We had a little conversation before I passed out.
Yeah.
Because obviously he was getting ready for the fucking dare to go to work.
I need to stop. I need to start telling like more of our mutual friends that they're attractives, because like then you'll tell them they stink and are ugly, and I'll be like,
Beautiful.
oh hey, pretty boy.
I need to get to.
Help me! I'm scared. It's like I'm dying. Ah!
Indeed, I have. Come.
Oh no! Oh no! She fucking exploded. I'm gonna get framed for the murder of the queen. Okay, I have bad news. The queen exploded. Alright, bye. Very uncomfortable. Quack. Yeah! Look, this is how we get more friends in here. The more gift subs we get, the more friends we get in here. Let's go! Oh boy. Yeah, thank you for.
I'm on YouTube.
I
Nothing.
just,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Kiro, we need your ninja.
That
Oh, just
Hi, hi,
posted it in
chat.
chat
Hi,
a while ago.
everybody.
Zeno, that was
Yo again.
comedy. Oh my god. That was actual
It's-
comedy. Like I just I
it's
should
in
drop
chat.
I should drop this knife and then just the clatter. Like I did not think you actually had a knife. Ah.
Liv,
Mm-hmm.
did you get it?
Did I get it?
Lennon posted it in chat like 5 minutes
We're
ago.
posting things now?
My video ninja.
Oh, yeah, I already had that there.
Thank you again, Lennon.
Linen is
And
cool.
now, dog.
You're cool, too.
Try to be.
Here, my chat works quick. There's your clip.
Hell yeah.
Oh, right. So, when we ended off, I was sitting in the bar drinking heavily.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, that's a usual thing for
Hello.
Eddie.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm, non-common.
Yeah, no, come on. So you had found out about the missing carriage cat and the missing goblin.
Yes.
You were I think there's like a few other people here that you've not talked to that you do know about. I posted.
So we
that
talked
in
to
chat.
the cat boy, not actually a cat boy, but like the boy who likes cats.
Yes.
And they had a missing cat. We talked to the fountain lady, who is an elf, which I think still counts, but she's not a fountain. The fountain is the water here.
Yeah.
But the water every sort makes you younger. Not the
Yeah.
lady, as far as we know. I think it's the fountain, not the lady. Could be either. Confusing.
She is an elf, so she's immune to aging magic. So she literally didn't notice, which is just funny. to me.
I think we talked to the blacksmith. I don't remember what
You
their
did
jazz
not.
was.
You did not.
There's these the three chefs here
You did.
who
talk
are
to
all
them.
fantastic, and they're fantastic and sassy and bite each other and are cool.
And each one is a master of a different type of cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, the last one's a
And I'm pretty sure we-
mixologist. Right, I forgot. One's good
Yeah.
at the one's good at the
And
grill. One's good at the oven, and one is a master of mixology.
And I'm pretty sure we talked to this person, though I do not remember what their jazz was.
Which person?
This nerd up here?
No, you did not. You did not talk to the sommeliers.
We did not? Oh, okay.
You,
And then you died.
Yeah, you talked to the cat goblin. You talked to the fountain lady, and you talked to the halflings. You did not talk to anyone else. You've still got the fortune teller, the blacksmith, sommeliers, the turtle of opinions, and the traveling merchant that you've not talked to. You do have like that sort of pressing thing of the missing guy, and I think the last thing you said was that you wanted to ask around and talk to people, like ask for like if anyone's seen anything or ask for help. I don't really remember because I was not there at the time, you know? I was not.
Yeah. Don't worry. Anybody watching the playlist is gonna be like coming clear directly off of that into this. It's
Okay, good.
it's been multiple months since we played.
Yeah.
Has it been multiple?
Well, okay. So yeah,
Close
because
to it.
I was in first one that we didn't skip. I was delirious with pain. Then you degloved your hand. Then Kiro broke his hand, or something. Like and this like I think
the
the
hell
I
out
think
of my head.
I think this is the first week that like none of us have been injured to the point where we can't exist.
I mean, it's relative, but it's fine.
Hmm.
My
But yeah.
shoulder exploded.
I very much became Lorson on a spiritual level.
Oh god. Yeah, so just as a reminder for both y'all and everybody in the audience, so you guys do know all these people, or at least like by contact, if you haven't even if you haven't met them, like, you know, during the time skips. There is Brenna, the Fountain Maiden, who you more or less met for the first time before, because she was like one of the newest. There's and Zaz, the goblin and his carriage cat companion that run the stables. There is Bandurha, who runs the magic shop. There's Kazas, who is a merman blacksmith.
How do I look at their characters with the names and the tokens?
That should say their names underneath.
I think you might need to unpause first. Nope, still can't click it at all.
Okay.
No, there's no name.
Huh.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just
No, you're fine. Try on Kazas now. I just had to reset the setting.
Kazas is the
Blacksmith.
I do see his name now.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
I have to reset that. That's bugged. Cool. Love that. Just gonna set that for everybody really quick.
Bandura works.
Bandurha, yeah. And then covered by anyone. That's really weird.
Okay.
Covered by anyone. Okay, so there's Aaron. And I'll do the rest later because there's like a bunch of people here. But yeah, so the remaining people that you've not really talked to, not really met, are Kazas the blacksmith, Bandurha, Aaron Driscoll, and the sommeliers, Idoric and what's his name? And Vogier.
Oh, here. Haha. I see.
Yes. Yeah, so you
No, I've memorized none of them.
so you know of these people, but like you've not really had much of a conversation with them. Like it's just like kind of passing, like, hey, how you doing? Tip of the hat kind of thing. They're like they're all like excited to like kind of start their lives here, and a lot of them have started taking advantage of one, the fact that this is like fairly temperate for a desert because of the aura of cool air, or like they're just glad to be away from people that might not have their best interest in heart. So say like Erin, for example, because
Mhm.
I mean, look at her.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
What's wrong with her?
Uh, she has a really gross birthmark on her left tentacle. It's people. She doesn't like people talking about it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. But yeah. So, that's currently things as they stand. You know about the missing goblin. You endeavored to ask the rest of the townsfolk. I don't remember like what you wanted to ask them about it, but I remember that was a thread.
I think it was mostly that we wanted to introduce ourselves to them because we haven't actually we've met them, but we haven't actually met them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna like drag your token. Like I'm gonna drag your tokens onto the thing. I'm gonna put you next to because that's like where you last left off. Where's Eddie's token? I just dragged it onto the screen. Oh, there it is.
You put it next to.
Oh, that's
there's two of them.
weird. That's weird. I could not see it. I could not see it until you moved it. Okay, there's linen and there's nightshade. So, yeah, go.
Where? Oh, there we are.
Yeah, go where you wish to go, and let me know if you want to leave the embrace. Oh, I should probably put my music on, shouldn't I?
Maybe.
Oh wow! I can't actually just pick it up and drop. I have to actually do move actions all the way there.
You should be able to drag and drop. That's
Nope, it was giving me token collide error.
huh. Weird.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I forgive you. I don't think it's your fault.
Well, you know what? Me and my chat have already had this conversation, so I'm not gonna repeat it.
Huh?
I love
Huh?
trauma. Fine.
I like to call it lore.
Ah, yes, I have the best lore. I'm gonna be honest.
It's not trauma. It's lore.
Yeah. um. Where is my? There we go. All right. So, your so Eddie, after hearing about this missing goblin, just went to go get drunk at the bar again.
After the conversation at the with the cats.
Okay. So like as you're there, like Linhorn, the mixologist brother. He's there. He's basically keeping you well supplied with alcohol. Can you like how much are you drinking?
I kind of have a figure this is a good time to add some of my backstory, which I haven't really been explicit about late up until here now. Which starts out with me being a bit soberant at the moment.
So, give me a perception check at disadvantage, please, while you're doing that.
Sure.
So, despite
that's not bad with disadvantage.
Yeah. So, despite your drunkenness and how like kind of sloshed you are, your latest drink to go to the pile of how many flagons are next to you? You know what? Let's get funny with it. How many flagons are next to you? I'll let you decide.
There are 4 tiny umbrellas next to me.
Oh, I see. So your latest martini comes to you, and as you're taking a sip, so you're a water ganassi. You know when there's water in something. This one is about like an eighth of the alcohol content of the previous ones. Linhorn has
That's fair.
started. Linhorn has started watering down your drinks, and you are just lucid enough to recognize that he's doing it.
Honestly, that's a good barkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Eddie say or do anything? Does she call him on it, or is she like, fair enough?
I mean, it's a mixed drink, so like as long as the flavor is still good,
Yeah.
that's just a sign of a good bartender.
Hmm.
They're paying attention to their customers.
Yeah,
needs.
no, like flavor-wise, this is still like the best mixed drink you've ever had. Like he is
next to the last three.
Yeah, like this man is a master of mixology. This man, like, you are surprised he is running a bar with his brothers in the middle of the desert instead of like working in like a noble court or something. And you feel blessed to have him there. Okay. So the rest of you, you're seeing Eddie just start pounding these things back. Like, what's going on? What's the rest of y'all?
Also, for the record, I would have started drinking alone. I mean, you guys probably wouldn't have a bunch of other stuff to handle first.
Oh yeah, like if none of y'all want to be like here with Eddie drowning her sorrows, like fucking y'all can definitely be elsewhere. Like, you see, you can from the bar, like or just like honestly, seeing as it's like a desert oasis, it's basically flat, so like you can basically see every other building. Like there's Franklin's carriage up north. There's the sommeliers near the bar. There's the blacksmith. There's the fortune teller tent. You can see them all. You can see that they're all like everyone is awake and open. I mean, you'd hope so, seeing as it's round about noon.
Brain is stuck. I wish to also join in with the drinking.
Linhorn.
Is there any
sorry,
way that Lorson can detect what type of alcohol is in the drink?
Like, how do you mean? Like vodka or
like essentially asking the brother where he is sourcing the alcohol from, like, you know, what is going into the drink itself.
So are you asking him this, or are you trying to like
Yes.
identify it? Okay, so
I will ask you.
So the halfling continues the tradition they've had so far of not actually speaking to you, at least not in common. You're still like 90% sure they don't speak common, but they understand it well enough at least. He reaches under the bar and he pulls out a small bottle of wine, and he points to the sommeliers, and you see like on the label, the year of vintage. And the year of vintage is 2 days ago. Like, not year of vintage, the date of vintage, sorry. And you... Actually, I don't know if you would know enough about alcohol. Because you're a former paladin from a dry nation.
I do
That's a
have
fair
brewer supplies that can roll for
Oh, okay,
history.
so you picked it up after you left. You picked it up after you left.
Yes.
Can I
Okay,
Can I
give me
tangent with something really cool?
Okay.
Whenever in a minute. No. Finish your thought.
Okay. So, you know what? Fair. I mean, we've never established how long you've been away from them, so that's fair. This is something good picked up. Give me a Arcana, History, or Brewer's Tools check.
Use. That is not great.
Ooh.
Okay, well, that's fine because like this was a fairly easy check. This is basically just like to check basic knowledge. You're fine. So because like detect poison or impurities in a drink, that was it. That was the check. That was the DC. So you've had from that bottle on the first night when they set up. That was the exact bottle that they used. In fact, it's fairly like it's like more or less half empty, because you know like on the first night like these are some of the first guys there. There's like 4 people, like not including you. So like they're still decent in there. So you've had from this bottle, and you know what like 2-day-old wine tastes like. That ain't it. That wine tastes like it's 30 plus years old, at the minimum. And you know that they have wines that taste like they are hundreds of years old.
But they are rebottling it and trying to pass it off. What is this?
Yeah, so for the wines at least, he points to the sommelier, and he puts the wine bottle back, and he pulls out, like each one of the different types of alcohol that they have, so like, vodka, whiskey, etc. Like, I don't drink very often, so pardon me if I miss some. And he'll just point at like the trader wagon that comes and goes like every week. And he'll put them back. So at the very least, the wine is locally sourced.
So I know you said he doesn't understand common, but is there
They
any
don't
way...
speak common.
Oh, correct. What is this one's name again?
This is Linhorn. He's the brewer brother.
Okay. Does anybody want anything specific from Linhorn? I will take him up on a drinking challenge to earn it. Is that agreeable with you, Linhorn?
Linhorn folds his arms, and he gives you the biggest shit-eating grin. And like you kind of get like the sensation that this is him saying, "Name your terms."
Everyone, what is desired? Lydon?
Yeah, Lynn, are you conscious?
I'm good. I don't need a drink, thanks.
I did not specifically mean drinks. They could have information about things that have been going on that we were not privy to.
I mean, people do talk to the bartender, especially if they think the bartender can't understand them.
Bartenders are known for keeping good secrets. Should we procure fish for the cat?
Live question, does he have a hat on?
Linhorn?
Yeah.
He does not. He is the only brother who's not wearing a hat. He is wearing a hairnet, though.
Damn it.
By the way, can I say the most D&D drink?
Yeah.
The liquor chartreuse
Mm-hmm.
is made by Chartreusian monks in a monastery and has been since at least 1700s, if not 1600s.
What the fuck?
And the entire global supply of chartreuse, which you need to make a last word, which is a phenomenal drink that I love, is genuinely still made in a monastery by monks. Yeah. Isn't that cool as heck?
Yeah, holy shit. If I put that in a D&D game, people would say that that's unrealistic. My god.
Right?
That's amazing.
Like, made by a reclusive French monastery where the monks make this green bottle of liquor that has a strong herby taste. And it's really good. It's really expensive. I can't imagine why.
Who would know why?
Anyways,
Yeah,
I just wanted to share that because it's cool.
Yeah, no, that is like the most D&D shit ever.
Right?
Like my god.
Does nobody desire anything from Linhorn?
I'm good.
He doesn't have a hat, so, you know.
Why are
We
you
could
on his
always
hat?
say- We could always make the offer for his brother's hats.
I mean, like, I mean, you've been making a big deal about like the wine, you've been wondering about it. Like, if you want to like try and get information from about the wine, you could. But I mean, the sommelier is literally like within like you could shout loud enough, and you can see like the grapevines and everything from here.
That is one reason as to why I did not go after the history of the wine. I just thought that there might be some interesting thing that the bartender might have known about what happened to us, Fred.
I mean, if you
And
want
the
to
other
like
missing
challenge him about that, you
cat.
could.
It would be hard to get the information, but I am a-okay with this.
He's functioning on Lorson's like limited vocabulary.
Question. I mean, he could always write.
He could, yeah.
Possibly.
He could, yeah.
So I ask him if he knows anything about the missing goblin and the carriage cat. And if, I would gladly take him up on a drinking game to figure out the information he knows instead of paying for it.
But he thinks for a moment, and then he nods. And he's going to he goes over to the table and pulls out like a strip of paper, and he writes down like you can't really see. He's writing it down. You're hoping it's in common, and then he's writing for a good like 2 minutes. Then he stands up, he folds it in half, turns around, holds it up, and he places it in his shirt pocket. He taps it twice. And then he walks over with 2 shot glasses and a bottle of something that you can't cheat with. A bottle of something that smells familiar, but a much higher quality. It appears to be a dwarven wine made out of the same acidic mushrooms that mushshine is made of, but you note that it is not sizzling and boiling the edge of the bottle like mushshine was. This seems to be one that's a little less caustic to non-rocky individuals.
So, how shall we do this challenge? Who falls first? Is it as many shots as we can go, or is it who can down it and be fine?
He's going to think for a moment, and then he's going to pick up the glass, and he is going to like mock, like motion, like taking a drink and slamming it down. You kind of get the vibe that this is a person who can do the most shots, like without having to stop. Like if you've played Baldur's Gate 3, the thorn that like explodes if you make him drink too much.
Spoilers?
Damn it. I'm sorry.
I gladly take you up on this offer, sir.
Well, I'm sorry, Jade. It's super early on, so I assumed it was safe. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah. So he fills up the glasses, and everyone who's here, because I'm assuming Jade, like Eddie, is here. Who else is hanging around here? Like, is Lorson, Eddie, is everyone here just vibing at the bar, or like people like around? Lennon, Zeno?
Nightshade is pretty much just staying close to Lennon, especially now knowing that they're definitely the one who's going to be needing the most help going forward. So
yeah,
that's where Nightshade is at.
Yeah. Lennon is. Are you at the bar?
I was waiting to see how the scene played out to find an appropriate part to come in.
Okay. Okay, because if you weren't at the bar and you wanted to be with someone else, I was gonna cut away for a moment.
I just was getting the impression that there was set up for something here, but
I mean, there is. Well,
okay.
okay. So, first pour. Lindhorn like lifts his glass. He toasts you, and being the bartender, he takes the first sip. He shudders a little because it's dwarven wine. It is extremely potent, but he is otherwise fine. He slams the glass down. Now, Lorson, as you take the drink, I want you to convince me what check you should use.
Hmm.
Now, you could just make it a baseline con save if you want. Or if you want to do something funny, or something that might have a better odds for you, you can. You just gotta convince me.
Can I make it a performance check to
How you-
act as if the alcohol is not affecting Lorson at all?
So basically, just like try and
Just straight face down the shot, no reaction.
okay.
Nothing along those
Give me
lines.
a performance check then. Jesus. So you knock it back. So you have never tasted so the dwarven moonshine that you had before was the only time you've ever had dwarven alcohol. This is the second time. And as you sip it, as you like just knock it back, you feel it burn your throat. You feel your gem network just absolutely tingle as like ancestral memory like wakes up in you, and just it hits you like a brick to the back of the head. But you keep a straight face. You sip it. You keep Lindhorn stared dead in the eye, and you slam the glass down. Lindhorn is suitably impressed, and he pours the second drink. He knocks it back. No shudder from him this time. And he slams his glass down. Now, your turn. Another check, but it can't be the same one. Convince me.
I see you are well versed in handling this alcohol, brother. But let us see how we go for another round. As Lorson proceeds to down another shot, and he's just going to make the normal con roll this time
Okay, con
to
save,
make sure that
please.
it's not affecting him
Okay.
too strongly.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Ah!
Oh no.
Oh no! All right. So listen, you take the sip, you take the shot, and the feeling of a brick to the back of the head hits you. That was a 12 Hellucard. Just hits you again. Like you are filled with like the ancestral gemstones that make up your body. Just they resonate and they sing out like feeling their past glories, and it starts to overwhelm you a bit. You stagger a little, but you come to a stop, and you manage to slam the glass down. But you are visibly a little shaken. If you get one more failure, then you lose the challenge.
Understandable.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Lorson seem... You said shaken. Do you mean like emotionally shaken or just
So-
physically?
For dwarves, alcohol is a spiritual experience.
Oh, okay.
So, like, because of how dwarves are made, they essentially when you this is stuff that y'all would know, Lorson would not. But like when a new dwarf is made, they bud off a gem from the two parents. So everything that makes up your parents and their parents and so on is stored within your gem as ancestral memory. And so drinking alcohol, which is a core cultural concept for the dwarves, can be a spiritual experience because it can awaken those dormant memories.
Okay.
Oh, Lorson's gotta hit a BRB real quick. Yeah, so Lorson is like
Then-
staggering for a moment.
Then... And you said like one more bad thing like that would be kind of...
It will knock Lorson on his ass, yes.
I wonder then what happens if I do a little bit of
Hmm?
A little bit of that.
Back.
Calm emotions?
You
Uh,
said it was.
I mean,
more
you're not
with a
really
snub
calming
line.
Lorson's emotions. You're calming the emotions of his ancestors. So unless you can calm the emotions of like 30 fucking long since dead dwarves, like, because isn't calm emotions like a 1?
Wait, no, it's a within a 20-foot
Oh,
radius.
oh shit, it is. Okay, yeah, no, that'd work then. All right, listen, you could make a charisma save, or you could choose to fail, but like Nightshade is just doing this.
Would Linhorn notice? Is the question.
That's a good question.
Hmm.
I mean,
And what's your passive? What's his passive? Or have you not really set that?
let's see, hang on. I don't have their sheets in game, but I have their sheets like written up. Linhorn's passive is like a 17. So no, it's not 17. Yeah, actually no, it is a 17 because he's got proficiency. He's got a proficiency bonus of 2. So yeah. Got 20 wisdom. I liked the idea of like a super wise bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And like all of their charismas is like an 8 because they can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I mean, whether or not he's calm is kind of irrelevant to Nightshade,
yeah.
and they don't really believe that Nightshade's like a magical cat to begin with. So
Yeah, he's going to notice the magic and his eyes will narrow a little. Lorson, you feel you feel like this rising up of like not voices in your head, but emotions that aren't yours. And then you hear a small meow from Nightshade, and they're gone, calmed. And you kind of feel. Oh, actually, wait, no, you got to make a save. Hang on, sorry. Unless you choose to fail.
Choosing to fail would calm the emotions, correct?
It would calm the emotions, but you would lose out on the sensation, which like this is the closest you felt to your ancestors your entire life. So that's up to you.
Hmm.
We will let fate decide.
Okay.
the shadow encroaches
Yeah,
on you.
they go. You feel like a sense of loss for a moment as these emotions calm down. How long does this last, or is it just once?
um.
Lasts for 1 minute. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's still the physical experience of actually just being drunk. So it's a really like you just kind of cleared Lorson's head a tiny bit. All right.
Mm.
Yeah, so Linhorn's eyes narrow because he recognizes a spell has been cast, but he doesn't seem to recognize where from. Because once again, none of these motherfuckers recognize that Nightshade is more than just a cat,
Teehee.
which I think is funny. He'll pour another shot, and he will knock it back. He does look like he's having a time. He looks like he's reaching his limit. But he still slams it down. So Larson, you've just had like a pseudo spiritual experience that just got turned off by the cat. What do you do?
I'm trying to see how I could work this real quick. Because, I mean, we've already played it straight face.
Mm-hmm. You've already tried to like just fucking power through it.
This is good ale. I am enjoying myself.
Linhorn
I can't wait to have another.
Linhorn looks
Lorson
a little
says it.
offended.
You know.
You call it ale.
Okay, listen.
It's wine. But yeah, sorry, continue.
basically Lorsen's just trying to hype himself up and be, this.
Sorry.
He's trying to make it as an intimidation, to play it off to Lindhorn that no matter what, he is not going to stop downing these shots.
So you're gonna try and roll because that sounded like a deception.
Well, I mean, I can do deception as well.
No, it's up to you.
Would
It's up
probably
to
be
you. Like
worth a little
I
bit.
only said it as an intimidation too.
We'll roll it as deception. I mean, it's the same
I mean-
modifier. So
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true. You've got proficiency in both, I think.
no, I do not.
Oh, you do.
I-
Okay, yeah. Roll it.
Boop.
Let's
Let's
go! You
Nice.
You just grab this shot and you just whoop, and you down it, and just completely you feel the soft undercurrent of the same voices before, but they're kind of muffled by the spell, and you feel like a god right now. Lindhorn kind of looks at you wide-eyed. He did not expect you to go, because Lindhorn knows about you. You've been drinking at his bar. He knows what your deal is. He did not expect you to actually be able to just down this much dwarven wine. But still, he is a professional. He pours himself one more shot, takes it, slams it down, but he has to he stumbles a little bit as he's bringing it down. It is down, but you are 99% sure that is his limit. One last one.
Can I?
I'll let you reuse one that so you can use the same one twice in a row, but I'll let you reuse a previous
course.
one if you want. Yeah. Lorsen's actually impressing me now. I was not expecting Lorsen to actually be able to handle his liquor.
I want to do something stupid.
Okay.
I would like to take the bottle.
The entire bottle?
Well, how much is left? Put it that way.
Seeing as this is dwarven wine and you are the only dwarf, it's about 3/4 full.
I probably shouldn't do that.
It'd be funny. It'd probably take Lorsen out for most of the day, but it'd be funny.
Okay. So we're just going to roll another performance real quick.
Okay.
Because Lorsen is going to... Because he hasn't poured the shot yet, right?
Yeah, he hasn't poured the shot yet. He's basically hoping that you surrender.
Lorsen's going to grab the bottle, pour himself the shot, and then pour him another shot real quick.
Oh, no!
To
Okay.
indicate that Lorsen is going to down this, and he's going to have to continue.
Call your shots. Literally.
Okay. Roll it.
I respect it. Yo!
Yo! Okay, alright. So
Nice.
you slam this back. You just bring the glass down. You are resolute. You are resolute. And Lindhorn just looks at you wide-eyed and he just puts his hands up. He's like, no, I surrender. I surrender. Holy shit, dog. And he reaches into his shirt pocket and he pulls out the piece of paper and he slides it across the table to you, and he leaves you the bottle because you've earned it at this point. He'll nod his head.
Hand the note over to Linen very inaccurately.
Can Lorsen
Because
read?
Lorsen is very much feeling it.
Can Lorsen read?
He can read Common and Dwarvish.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if Lorson could read. I'm sorry. I know that
I'm
might be
not- no,
offensive to
sorry.
him, but still.
He can read common, not dwarvish. Forgot.
Well, then he
Haven't
was
been
never
around.
taught. He was never taught. Poor baby.
Correct.
He literally only knows Dwarven because it's just rock sounds.
And I will gladly take the bottle from Lindhorn. And I'm just going to down the last shot since it's already poured, because why not?
Okay, just because it's funny. Give me a save. Give me a con save, just because it's funny. You down the shot. You're resolute for a second. Wham! Forehead on desk. Eddie,
Good night.
yeah. Eddie, Lindhorn just goes back to pouring you drinks, despite the fact that Lindhorn is very clearly inebriated. These are still like some of the best martinis, and they are definitely getting lesser alcohol content as you get drunker.
Oh, at this point, I'm just sipping. At this point, I'm just,
Yeah.
sipping the drink to maintain rather than trying to get drunker.
Yeah. Lennon.
I suppose I come in right as Lorson goes to hand me whatever is on that paper,
Yeah.
and I sit down next to Eddie as Lorson's head smashes against the table.
Yeah. So you. Oops, sorry, Dad.
I think I just pocket whatever that note is for now.
Okay.
And I sit at the bar next to Eddie.
Hey.
Hey.
What are you up to?
Don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me either.
Well, hold on. What?
What was it the cat called me? Animated water? Yeah. I joke about being half water elemental on my dad's side, but that's because I never knew my dad. I grew up in the kingdom, My mom? It's tough. Everything's so expensive there.
Eddie,
Did you know?
Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
She had to work 2 jobs just to send me to a school, so I'd have a chance. I tried my best. I really did. I just wanted to prove to everyone that I could make it. It's gonna be the same for you, though, right? You've been through a whole bunch of stuff yourself.
Yeah. I mean, well,
You got kicked out of your home. It has to be
yeah,
tough.
but I don't know. I just have to get some shit together, and then that's okay. That'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. It's my own fault anyway, I guess.
I feel that. I couldn't get mine together. I just left. Had a fight with my mom and just left. Became a pirate because I couldn't cut it at some legitimate life. Listen, if you want some advice, people like us, we just need to take what we can. So we'll never know what we'll have tomorrow. We never know what'll be there. Just why do you even want to go back to the Burrows? They kicked you out.
I I don't know. I don't know at this point.
Listen, if they don't welcome you, and if they don't welcome this, screw them. All right?
I don't have a choice though. Like we have to. Something's wrong
We
there.
go there.
I know that much at least.
We go there, we take care of them, and if they're stuck up about it, if they don't accept you back, if they don't take you in the way no one took me in, we leave. We just go back to piracy, fleece the rich. They never worked a day in their life. They don't deserve it. You could lose every coin they have and still live a better life than me. It'd be fine. You're gonna be okay.
What? No, Eddie. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I have to fix what I have to.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I get accepted when I go back. I have to fix what was happening, and there's
We'll fix it.
more that I don't even understand now.
We'll fix all the mess. You know what the most messed up part is? Lennon? I'm glad I failed. I couldn't cut it just trying to live a normal life, and I'm, I'm glad I failed. Because let me go out into the world. If I stayed in the kingdoms, I would have had to work 2 jobs, and I would have gone to bed every night telling myself that this is the best life I could make for myself. You know, when you guys helped me up when you were fighting that Lamia, I never had anyone else who would take that risk for me. I never had anyone else who would stand up for me. All this adventuring, all of this oasis, all of everything we've done makes me happy. I finally feel happy with what I've done. Eddie's hand goes to rest on her sword. I'm not going to let anyone take this from us.
Hey.
It's going to be okay. Just gotta fix the burrows. Watch out for ourselves.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
get
we
there.
are.
Eddie.
Yeah? What?
We're gonna be okay.
Yeah. We're gods now, right? We gotta be okay. We're rid of a sulking god. Is there a sulking god? There's probably some elven god that sulks. Not like us. We're the cool kind of gods.
I like to think that elves just have the highest rate of ascension amongst all the races just because they live forever.
Honestly, though, that makes a lot of sense. It
Yeah.
genuinely does. Plus, they would also have the resources and tools to help those instead of not being able to ascend. It actually makes a lot of sense.
They do have a god of dying young, which is funny. The first elf to die under the age of 200. Fucking just became a god when he died. Alright. So
We'll fix the burrows.
Lennon, as Eddie is talking about fixing the burrows, Linhorn, who is still serving drink. Oh, he's not casting fireball. He's serving drinks. He's casting a different fireball.
Depends on the drink.
Yeah. He kind of gives you a look, and his eyes go down to your pocket, just like where you put the note. Like, He seems to be kind of encouraging you to actually read the note now that he's heard this kind of this stuff going on. Do you read the note?
I would at the very least leave Eddie alone
Okay.
and move over to where Lorson is before reading the note.
Okay. So you pull the note out and you unfold it and you see written in common in like impeccable handwriting. Like you could almost swear that this was like print, right? From a printing press with how neat it is. And it reads, do you want to read it out loud or should I? For the audience.
Whichever.
Okay,
I think Lynn should first.
Yeah, I'll let
like
you read it
that
out.
narrative style.
Yeah. Beep. Oh yeah, no, I don't think fucking chat can read it at all. Go ahead and read it, Lennon.
All right. A few days ago, some goblins and a midnight elf came by with a carriage cat in a carrier. The goblins talked. Pardon?
Carriage kitten.
Carriage kitten, sorry. The goblins talked, gold exchanged hands, and the elf left with the carrier. They mentioned heading towards Esseros. The elf was wearing some fancy getup too, covered in brass and wearing this weird contraption over his eyes.
So, Lennon, you read this, and your heart sinks. Because first off, carriage kittens, like, they should be paired with a goblin basically the moment they are born. The moment they are born and can open their eyes, they should be paired with a goblin. They're not to be carried in a carrier, no less. Like, that is, to you, that, like, offends you on a deeply spiritual level. And the fact that this thing was sold and taken to Esseros, to the southeast, feels like this black pit in your stomach. Because you don't know a ton about Esseros. No one in Karos does, but you know that it is a place a lot more technologically advanced, and you know that they have some really not great practices. Namely, it's one of the few places where slavery is not only legal, but you can just become a slave by accident.
Oh, so we're gonna have to go unalive them all, huh? Okay, I'm in.
There's more nuance to it than that, but yeah. So, like this is something that to you is like, it's like you've been told a second plane has hit the Pentagon. You know what I mean? Like, they hit the fucking Pentagon.
They hit the kitty Pentagon.
Yeah, they hit the cat Pentagon. Like, this is like selling babies.
I don't think I would read that out loud once I, like, caught on to what I was reading. I mean, it barely matters. The dwarfs knocked out the, Genasi's plastered. I think I'm fine. I'm just gonna pocket that for now. I'm just kind of like, I just look over my companions and just see the state that we're in, and I just
Okay.
I wait.
Sure. Alright. So, with that, Lorson, you wake up after like an hour. Eddie, you're still kind of drunk, but like you're like Linhorn would not let you get drunk enough to pass out because having someone passed out at his bar is generally not a good idea.
And I wouldn't do that anyways. I would actually go into the lake and curl up on the bottom of it. Okay. Not the, like super deep or anything, but still on the shore side. But I'm going to curl up underwater.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can breathe underwater, so that's fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, Lennon, Larson, what do y'all want to do? Like, do you want to talk to anyone else? Do you want to talk to the sommeliers? Do you want to talk to Franklin? Do you want to talk to Blacksmith? Like, there's like a bunch of people here you could talk to for advice or even just to meet them. So far, the Halfling brothers have been the most popular people here. I was not expecting that.
They're fantastic.
They serve food and wine. Of course, they would be popular with Lawson.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's an interesting point. Are any of us strong enough to move Lorson?
No.
Definitely
I don't
not.
think so.
I mean, I can move him. It's just not going to be very pleasant.
He is. Larson does come back to consciousness after about an hour, so like, you're fine.
Okay.
I'd probably take a few moments to do something.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm going to head back over to Carriage Cat stable.
Okay.
On the way, I'd probably stop near Eddie if I can see them from the shore.
Okay.
If they're not too hidden away, and just kind of check that they're
I'm only a couple meters in.
alive. Probably not really say anything, just visually verify that you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Eddie's doing fine as far as you can tell, and she's just lying just underneath the water, not far from shore. You could reach down and shake her if you wanted, but she appears to be sleeping.
You do note that Eddie is exactly the same color as the water, which is a few shades lighter blue than she was when your adventure started. That does strike you as a little like, huh, that's weird. But that's probably because of the blessing she got from the Fae.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to move my token into the building, but
There's a door.
well, okay. Nope.
It's because multiple people tried to open the door at once, so it closed immediately.
So you need 3 people to try and open it, so it opens, then closes, opens. That way it works fine. That's the trick.
All right, there you go. Door is open.
Thank you.
So as you come in, is there. Zaz is like asleep on the uppermost branch as always, and he's making food. Like he's making carriage cat food, and it is like it's your standard affaire. It's like you can tell like there's like some rabbit meat. There's rabbit meat being like kind of like slow cooked over like a small camping stove, and he's got it in the corner. He's kind of just humming to himself and doesn't really notice you enter. He looks like he's trying to distract himself.
Yeah. I think I don't bug. I think I just kind of go about just doing random stable duties and just kind of help out behind.
Yeah. Zaz is looking at you the entire time. Like with like just his one eye. Like he's doing that thing where his like one eye is open. He's just kind of looking at you as he's like kind of like I would say pretending to be asleep, but he knows you know. He's not fooling anyone, and he knows it. He's just like being a cat. And when he knows that is looking away, and he knows that you're looking at him, he begins to. I'm going to use the word speak here, even though it's not entirely accurate. For those of you that are new and joining us, carriage cats and goblins share a language, but this language is entirely through facial micro expressions and the proximity that carriage cats and goblins have. Like for those of you that are new, carriage cats and goblins are basically raised together. And he begins to speak to you, and he says, "Oh, it's been a while, Lennon. You doing okay?"
I think I just shake my head. I just shake my head and I kind of walk over to Zaz and, like you would with any cat, you pet them.
Yeah, he'll.
And I'm going to fold up the note from Linhorn,
Mm-hmm.
and just tuck it into into their collar or whatever sort of thing they have.
Yeah, like they've got like he's got like a mounting harness for a bridle and everything. Because he is
Mhm.
yeah he is like a proper for mounts and stuff. Like he'll nod and he'll say, "I'll have read that later, unless I shouldn't. Your face tells me volume."
Just try to get that back to the rest of the cats at the burrows.
Oh, he'll nod and he'll say, it's that kind of news. I'll do my best next time we go.
Thank you.
He misses you, you know." Like, and you know who he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He'll never say it. He misses you. Don't hold it against him.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
So, I like to think that like Zaz is like fairly old. Like, is young, and like Zaz got bonded to him late. And something that you would know. He's like, "I watched you two grow up from kittens. Never seen a pair as unique." And like he's like straining for the word unique a little bit. "I've never seen a pair that seems to work so well together and yet hate each other so much." What is it you call him?
Zaz, you. I never hated that cat. I never hated that cat.
I'll pass that along to him.
No, whatever.
He chuckles to himself and he's like, "Oh, little mouse squeal." And like, and you recognize it, like it translates to mouse squeal in common, but it's basically like the carriage cat word for the sound a mouse makes when you pounce on it. And you have not heard this name in a long time because it's like, so you call your cat Trash Cat, he calls you Mouse Squeal.
Cute.
Entirely because once he bucked you and you let out a scream that made him laugh.
Aw.
Cute.
Hmm.
No, I leave. That's too much.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not dealing with that. We're leaving. I completely walk out on a conversation with a cat. That's absolutely what happens.
You could hear like the soft chuckling of Zaz as you leave. Like it's a cat chuckling, so it sounds more like soft like purrs and meows, but like
On my way out the door, I just kind of like look back and I'm like, bye,
oh, he turns like, "Oh, Lennon, when did you? Okay, bye." And, like
before he's even done talking, the door closes.
What's Lorson up to? Oh. Hey, Kiro, you're muted.
You're right. I forgot. My bad. Child is awake and roaming. So
I just see Kiro's mouth moving and no sound coming out. It was just funny.
listen, I forget things.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. Who is the character up in the top right in that little shack up there?
Top right? This one?
Yeah.
That's Ideric. He's one of the sommeliers.
Not me trying to remember what you said that he does.
Sommeliers make wine.
Ah. Lorson does not need to go visit him right now. Let's go over to Benderha.
They're behind the really weird wine that's apparently like really, really young but tastes super old.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you want to go see Bandurha?
Yeah.
The door is on the northern side of his tent.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah. Bandura is backwards. That's how you be. So, you enter this tent, and you see the walls are just strewn with items that just radiate magic. You see like swords, staves, armor, just stuff that like, as an adventurer, makes your mouth water. And you see this man polishing a small lamp, like a small oil lamp. He looks at you, and in front of you, you see a large man with his hair pulled back, like kind of like dreadlocks pulled back in a ponytail, wearing large, extremely thick gloves. He's very heavily dressed for like the location. Can you make me a perception check, please? Because you're a paladin, so you would actually be able to notice this. You swear you pick up a scent on the air, but is blown away by the desert wind. Something doesn't smell right, but you, for the life of you, can't tell if it's a real smell or if it's something else. Covered up by incense and burners around the tent.
Looking around the tent itself, does Lorson notice? I mean, obviously, you said that everything seems to be magically enchanted.
Yeah.
You know, stuff along those lines. Is there anything that kind of has a natural draw to Lorson? Like anything specifically that stands out in terms of equipment?
Give me an investigation check. As you do, Bandurha will look up from the lamp and he will motion to you and be like, "Ah, friend, welcome to Bandurha's traveling magic tent. Just have a look around. Let me know if you see anything that catches your eye." And as he says that, on the far back wall, you see a hammer, like a big war hammer that is very peculiar. Its haft is made out of what appears to be living wood, and the head appears to be a massive diamond. It's big and solid diamond that has been carved into a warhammer with a spike on the other end.
Ooh.
And the wood looks as if the wood does not look like it was shaped. It looks like it was grown into this. Like you see various, like, for lack of a better term, like knobs. You know, like when like wood is knobbly kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like knobs on the wood that like kind of make perfect like ergonomic grips for fingers. As it goes up to go around the diamond, like it's like roots wrapping around it and holding it tight. This does not look like a weapon that was forged. It looks like a weapon that was grown. And it seems almost as if like it's a give me an arcana check or a history check. One of the two. Either way, I don't think Lorson's making it because he's not very smart, but yeah. You have no goddamn idea what the hell this thing is about. All you know is it calls to you.
Hello, sir. What is this?
Ah, my
That's Lorson.
friend, I figured you would be interested. This is the Aubrian hammer. This is a thing from very far away, in the far-off land of Aubrius, where the High Elves come from. Long ago, this was merely a wizard's staff. But when the elves first came, they met up with the dwarves, your ancestors, I have to assume, in the Dungeth Mountains, which unfortunately is the Selenian magocracy now. The dwarves and the elves, they met up. Some fighting was had, some drinks were had, standard dwarven negotiation. And at the end of it, an ancient heartstone was combined with an ancient staff of an elven king to create this Aubrian hammer, a long-lasting symbol of the partnership between the dwarves and the elves. I may have borrowed it on my last trip to the magocracy. Give me an insight check. He is completely legit. He is completely legit.
Incredible.
I see.
Not a word has come out of his mouth that is a lie.
I see. It appears to be a very good weapon, but you stated that it was made of heartstone.
I mean, it was made with the consent of the descendants of the Hearthstone's previous owner. I assure you, I am no I am no trafficker of illegal goods, my good man. Do you doubt Bandurha?
I have seen no reason to doubt you as of yet. How? As Lorson begins to think to himself about exactly what could have come of this, the history of the weapon.
Eddie has 100% used that line.
So you said this was made when the High Elves came to visit the dwarves?
Yes, when the High Elves very first stepped foot upon Corosian's shores. Yes. I will point out, even with your limited knowledge of history, you know that this was long, long ago. This was like half the countries that exist right now did not exist when this happened. Like the Nemean Empire didn't exist yet. The Republic didn't exist yet. Fucking Krestingrav was a kingdom still. This thing is ancient.
How do you possibly have that knowledge? How old are you?
He lets out a chuckle and he says, Banduraha is from a long line of merchants, and a master at obtaining things. I heard about this hammer and how it was withering away in the vault of some archmage over at the magocracy, and Bandurha haggled and liberated it from him. It has had a much better adventure with Bandurha, no? Especially returning to with one of its own kin.
How much would be the asking price for this weapon?
Then Bandurha kind of thinks for a moment and he looks you over. Why is your great axe called Bonkus?
Do not worry about it.
Okay. He looks you over and he says, Lorson, do you have a last name?
I do not.
I disagree. He'll look you over and he'll say, tell me, Lorson, if I were to let you have the Aubrian hammer, would you take it in exchange for a favor?
It would depend on the favor.
You see, Bandura has some business that he has to do. But setting up in such a wonderful place such as this, it's too good of a spot to give up. You understand, yes?
I understand. Please continue.
I will allow you to have the hammer. In exchange for a favor to be dictated later.
Ooh.
That does not explain what it is you would be wishing of me.
Oh, no, no, do not worry, my friend. Bandura would never ask you to do anything illegal.
Why do I feel like this guy's a demon?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This feels like one of them deals with the devil right
I
now.
don't know what you're talking about. Nah, Bandura is just an innocent, he's just an innocent man.
You are asking me for a favor, but you have not even told me what exactly this Warhammer does.
Well,
You have told me the history of it.
you are a dwarf, no? Only a dwarf would be able to unlock the power of this hammer. Bandura does not know what it does, because Bandura is not a dwarf.
But you did say that you came from a long line of merchants that have kept the history of this.
Yes. Well, he's gonna think for a moment, and he'll say, Bandura can tell you of the legends. But beyond that, Bandura does not know.
Then how do you know that this is the hammer from the legends?
Well, it is Hearthstone with a haft of living wood. If it is not the Aubrian hammer, then it is a very interesting fake. Please touch it. Like, give it a heft. Bandura will see if it is real. It can only be held by the hands of a true dwarf.
Wait. If it can only be held by a dwarf, how did you get it?
Bandura is simply using poetic license, my friend. I meant wielded, as in, oh gods below. If I try to hit someone with it, it will be like hitting somebody with a chunk of diamond. It would kill them, yes, but I could do that with a simple hammer. To unlock the true power, it must be held by a true dwarf. One of a noble soul and a pure, crystal clear heart. That is what the legends say.
Torsten is going to pick up the Oblian hammer.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to ask Bandura, do you have something for me to smash with this?
So before you can speak, as you touch it, the grip, the haft, the knobs and grooves of the wood adjust themselves to fit your fingers perfectly.
Ooh.
This thing feels almost like an extension of your arm as you're holding it. Like just the ergonomic grip. You feel like no one could take this from you unless like they ripped it from your arms. And as you touch it, there's a soft glow from the diamond. And your eyes begin to glow as well. And you feel something inside you trying to speak to you. But it's muffled. You can't quite hear it. Almost as if it's not the right time or place. As quickly as this happens, it stops. and you feel alone. It's strange because no one walked in. Bandurha's still here. You feel as if someone paternal, someone like full of authority was standing like with their hand on your shoulder, and now they're gone. And Bandurha is kind of standing there. He's got his arms folded, and he has like this big grin on his face. He's like, "Ah, that is the best. That is the best result yet. It would seem you are truly a dwarf of crystal clear heart." Bandurha's offer still stands. A favor to be fulfilled later, at a later date, to be determined at a later date. Bandurha will ask you to do nothing illegal. You will harm nobody who does not deserve it.
Upon hearing that, Lorson is going to cast the Zone of Truth.
What does Zone of Truth from Lorson look like?
That is a really good question. Like, is it actually visual? Is the real
Yes,
thing.
Zone of Truth is a visual spell. What does it look like? Like, bear in mind, like, what Lorson is, like, and, like, what his oath is and everything. Like, what would a Zone of Truth look like from Lorson?
Seeing as how he is an oath breaker.
No.
Hmm.
I mean, at that point, like, your oath is basically to yourself, so you could have it just be like diamonds are floating in the air or something if you wanted. Like, it could be something
That
like
was
that.
actually a thought that I was going through. Was basically not exactly like snowflakes, but white crystalline, essentially snowflake shapes kind of hovering around in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Just creating this field that, you know, it's making it very difficult to avoid actually speaking the truth while you're in the zone.
They're speaking a lie, you mean?
Yeah, well, sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
Bandurha will grin and be like, paladins. Always so untrusting. Bandurha has not lied to you a single time.
you may not have lied, but I am interested. You said I would not harm people who did not deserve it. Who is it that you are thinking that deserves it?
Hang on, what level is Zone of Truth? I want to make sure you've got like
Level
the right
2.
save and everything. It's level 2?
Yep.
Okay.
That's when you learn it.
Okay. So Bandurha hang on a moment. I just want to check everyone's is this an active ability or is this a Okay, that is an active ability, so okay, you'd have to turn that on. Alright, so Bandurha smiles and he says, "My friend, trust me, if I were to ask you to harm someone, which I'm not saying I will, bear in mind, this is a favor to be asked at a later date. It would be somebody who has done great evil. Somebody who has harmed another themselves already. Somebody who has stolen something of great worth from somebody who really needs that thing. Or it would be somebody who we have a mutual desire to kill. You not trust Bandurha?"
What is the foremost idea of this favor you had in mind?
Oh, Bandurha does not know yet. Collecting favors is a pastime of Bandurha. What good merchant does not keep a few adventurers, in the old black book, you know?
This is good information to know, but what you excuse me, you said that this was the best reaction you have seen so far. How many other dwarves have you had touch this hammer? Equip.
I have had a few topazes, a few rubies, a few. I did have an aquamarine try it once. None of them have had quite as strong interaction with it as you, and so Bandurha did not sell them the hammer.
So why would you be willing to give me the hammer before actually seeing the reaction?
Bandurha has a feeling with people. Lorson, I know a lot. I know more about you than I think you know, and I can tell that you have something inside you. I do not know what that thing is, but whatever it is, it causes a much stronger reaction from this hammer than any other dwarf I have seen. Tell me, your heartstone is a diamond, is it not?
It is indeed.
Do you know what a diamond entails?
No.
Venturha wonders if he should tell you. Like he's kind of like he's like kind of stroking his chin, and he just kind of like has this like devilish smile on his face. Like the idea that he knows something that you don't seems to like very much entertain him.
I will be back, and perhaps we will make this deal. As Lorson puts the hammer back on the shelf.
As you put the hammer down, the glow disappears from the crystal, and like as you're trying to put it down, you like so this is not like coming from the hammer. You're from the hammer. You know it's coming from inside you. Like you kind of have to like willingly force your hands open to let it go. But you do let it go.
I will be back. Give me a little while.
Very well. Bandurha's shop is always open. And I'm assuming you dispel the zone of truth as you leave?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, where are you going?
Sploosh.
Just walking along the fucking bottom of the water.
Eddie! There is a merchant offering what sounds like a shady deal. I need your assistance.
You are the shadiest person I know.
You are the one that makes all of the deals.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright, I'll be right there.
Jade, I have a question. Does Eddie have a surname? You never told me.
Not that she's willing to acknowledge anymore.
Will you tell me what it is? Like in DMs or
Probably.
something?
I have not chosen one because of that reason, but it would be a token collide.
Yeah.
Token collide.
It's up here.
I don't think I
Okay.
can turn token collide all because I've tried.
It's fine. I'm just gonna whine about it.
Yeah. I like what Buck's saying in your chat. Lors's bite is 100% the DVD logo and has never hit the corner. Alright. Okay. So as you enter, you see Bandurha again, and this is the first time you've seen him this close. You know about Bandurha. Of course you have. You're a pirate. Like your crew has probably sold either him or his family at some point. And you see him, he's clad in his furs, like he looks very, very stately with his dreads up in a ponytail. He's wearing these extremely thick gloves. Can you give me a perception check, please? Sorry, go ahead.
I can, in fact. Also, I sent you a thing.
Okay.
Perception. I am good at this. I am amazing at this.
Oh. It's 17. Okay. So, Jay, just to, like, answer your question first. No. You have not... well, you might have heard, like, legends of an ancient dwarven hammer, but you've never seen it.
Okay, but I've traded in similar things.
You've traded in similar things. You've heard of weapons made of dwarven heartstone, but, like, nothing quite this grand.
Yeah, I mean, I've probably trafficked in weapons made of dwarven heartstone.
Yeah. So looking at him, you notice something. The fingers, like his gloves. It looks like looking at AI art. Like his hands don't look right. And because of how thick his gloves are, you're not quite sure. Like they look almost like they bend too far backwards. Like his hands are on backwards.
Okay, it's an illusion spell then.
Yeah, like, or I mean, that's something you can think. So there's something weird about his hands, and you can't really tell because of the gloves. And as you enter, he's like, "Ah, you return, Sir Dwarf, alongside your friend." Yes. I forget. Eddie's pronouns are she, her, right? Or are they them? I don't remember.
Yeah. She, her.
She, her. Okay. Ah, and Miss Fletcher. So, you have long since shed that name, I'm to understand. Or Bantu
What?
is to understand.
Wait. Do I recognize this guy?
You know the name Banderhu, but this does not look like the Banderhu you're familiar with. It's similar, but you recognize the name.
What was Bander? Who was it?
Yes, Banderhu. My family has had dealings with your crew before. Well, before they decided to,
Yeah. No need to bring. Right. So, how do you know me? Wait a minute.
Banderhu
He
knows
knew
many
my
things.
name too.
I will point out also,
neat.
like, I don't know if it came over on the microphone, but when Lorson said he didn't have a last name, Banderhu said under his breath, but like loud enough that Lorson could hear it, I disagree.
It did come over the microphone.
Okay, it did. It just Lorson did not catch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't acknowledge it, yeah.
He didn't acknowledge it. I just wanted to make sure.
So what's your deal?
Banderhu is simply a traveling merchant, a dealer in goods exotic and magical. If you wish to have a look around my tent, I would welcome it. Tell me if anything catches your eye.
I mean, things have already catching my eye.
Yes, your friend.
That's Hearthstone. Good quality, too. Does he have anything else that I would have trafficked in that I would recognize?
Give me a perception check.
Or anything, or anything else that looks particularly interesting.
Yeah, give me a perception. Yeah, okay, there you go. 17.
I'm amazing.
So, looking around, you see there's... So, so your class, I just want to specify. So your subclass is Way of the Ascendant Dragon. Is that actual, or is it like is that just you just using the features?
Oh, that's the gift of the Fae that came in here. That's
No,
I got that after we arrived here.
No, your subclass.
Yes,
Wait, did you change your subclass?
we discussed it. This is part of the. I changed it because I hadn't been using the other effects, and
Oh,
this
I'm dumb.
tracks with the blessing.
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the subclass features are narratively because of the blessing of the Undine.
Okay, that's good because I had like two things that you could see, and like I wasn't sure which one because I wasn't sure. So as you look around, you see a pair of case die. And
Here, what now?
case die, the Roman boxing.
Oh,
gloves.
Cestus.
you
Is it
say it
queso?
like that? It's a castus. It's Latin.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a soft C.
That's true, Castus.
Yeah, sorry, that just bugs me. This
Fair.
bugs me, I'm sorry. Yeah, you see a pair of casti, who, how did you pronounce it?
Cestus. I've only look. I read a lot of books and I've only seen it written.
Okay.
I haven't actually talked with people with it about it out loud. So I've
Okay.
always pronounced it Cestus.
Okay, fair. Just for
I've
future
always been the same,
reference,
too.
like history nerd to everyone else. If a word is in Latin, there's no such thing as a soft C. It's not Julius Caesar. It's Julius Caesar. Always
So-
true
And as
to
soon as-
Caesar.
Cestus, got it.
Oh, I'm gonna strangle you. I'm going to strangle you. I know where you live.
Okay, you can't get here, so.
God damn it. Okay, you see a pair of casti sitting on a rack on the shelf. And these casti are fairly interesting. They're made of leather, as is tradition.
Mhm.
And at first you think, oh, they're just, they're normal. But then you notice that there's a vine-like pattern that comes up from the wrists up to the knuckles. And you note that the knuckles, where usually there would be, metal reinforcements like studs,
Mhm.
it appears to be hardened oak wood and thorn.
Okay.
And they give off a vibe that you feel in tune with. And like you kind of like you're kind of staring for like a few minutes before Bandurhu kind of like snaps his fingers and goes, "My friend, Bandurhu is waiting."
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. Nice equipment.
Yes, Bandurhu has traveled many moons to pick up such an interesting assortment of wares. I do offer...
No doubt. Where do you
I do-
source?
That would be giving away Bandurhu's secrets.
Of course. But then again, you know that I used to be a competitor of yours, I suppose.
And that is one reason why Bandurhu is not telling you. Your friend
But
was
now
in-
I suppose I would be more of a supplier than a competitor, wouldn't I? And I give him a bit of a sidelong smile and a wink.
He grins. He's like, Bandurhu knew he would like you. So, your friend was interested in the Aubrian hammer over there.
For good
noticed-
reason.
Yes. I noticed your eyes laying upon that pair of case tie over there.
You're alright.
Yes.
That
Like,
hammer,
after-
though.
Eddie, look what happens when I touch this as he grabs the hammer again.
You grab it, and it's a repeat of before. The handle reshapes itself to perfectly fit your hands, and not only and the hammer begins glowing really brightly, as well as your eyes, like a bright white light, like shining a light. It's like shining a halogen lamp through the purest, clearest diamond.
That's true Hearthstone.
And it seems to like him very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Underwood is offering very favorable rates to adventurers, seeing as Bandurhu quite likes this spot. I'm willing to trade future favors in exchange for these items. That is all. Nothing
Oh,
illegal.
that's fun. Future
Nothing-
favors?
Nothing illegal. Nothing against it would break your moral code. Just,
My what?
that is more for the paladin than you. Just something that benefits Bandurhu in exchange for granting you these wondrous weapons from across lane.
Mm-hmm. By the way, your illusion's breaking a bit around the hands. You might want to clean that up.
Kind of squints at you.
Eddie.
He squints at you, and just like there's like a. Lorson, give me another perception check.
I just kind of slide that in. Like, I don't really draw attention to it. I just kind of,
All you smell is incense. All you smell is incense. As Bender, who clasps his hands behind his back. It is not good form to point out somebody's disabilities when having a business deal.
Well, I've never been great at form, I suppose.
Eddie, have you seen this happen to dwarves before?
I can't say that I have.
You could give me an Arcana check, Eddie, at advantage because you've trafficked in these before.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Jesus.
I'm doing great with it.
You have no goddamn idea. Like, all the Hearthstones you've ever seen, they have been inert in your hands. You don't know enough dwarves to, to have any of this, to see any of this.
I think that's pretty normal for that sort of thing when a dwarf holds it. It's actually not even that impressive. It's flashy, sure, but not that big a deal.
So, hey, Lorson, just go ahead and insight that. And Eddie, give me a deception or performance check, whichever one you feel like. Unless you just want Lorson to have that. Whatever's funny.
I'm just gonna let it roll.
Lorson, you're dense. You're not that dense. You know Eddie is talking out her ass to try and sound smarter than she is.
No, I'm trying to talk down the item for the for the shopkeeper.
Okay, but regardless, you know she's talking out her ass.
Oh yeah, totally.
I will take your word on this, Eddie, as I squint my eyes.
And I will wink. I will wink at you. Try and make sure you're in the game.
Bandura, you said that if you hit something with this, it would just act as if a normal hammer.
If I were to hit someone with it, yes.
You said you heard stories of what would happen if a dwarf did it. What would happen?
Bandurha has heard of an ancient tale of an old dwarven king that was able to level a mountain. Bandurha has heard another of a dwarf that was able to carve a valley with it. Tales that no doubt have become warped with time, but in the hands of a true dwarf, anything is possible.
Is this not a door?
No.
No, it is not. It is a window. You are a dwarf of Diamond Heartstone. That is special, my friend.
Alright, let's give it a shot. I had to just head outside and create a ice sculpture of, I don't know, I guess a Lamia.
Okay. Oh, you're really not liking that? You're really not liking Lamias?
Oh no. But yeah, I can create water, shape water, and freeze water as a function of control. So yeah, I just create an ice sculpture for Lorson to obliterate.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm immediately calling it out, like, okay, let's give it a shot.
All right. So, Lorson, you pick up the hammer, right? And Bandurha will follow you.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly.
Yeah. And he will gesture towards the ice sculpture and be like, Lorson, you and this hammer have only just met, but I believe that it should do. Okay, so Lorson, seeing as I haven't put the stat block on your sheet yet because I don't want to forget, what I want you to do is I want you to roll an attack roll with a +1 modifier, including your strength, right? So your strength, like as if you were rolling with your great axe, and then add like a +1, because functionally this is a +1 weapon right now.
Correct.
Yeah. So just roll your bonkus and add +1 in the modifier.
Question.
Yes.
Could I try to deceive him and act as if I'm swinging full might, but obviously not?
You can try. That'd be a deception check, though.
Yep.
Ice has AC 12 and 30 HP.
Yeah.
Do you want
I
me to
looked it up,
roll the
yeah.
deception first or the attack first?
Roll the attack and then the deception.
Okay. I wonder if this will work.
So you swing, and you hit this ice sculpture. Give me your deception.
Oh.
And you swing, acting as if you're swinging full force, but you don't put your whole self into it. You lightly tap the sculpture, but you act as if you're doing it. The statue explodes as the hammer begins to glow.
Well, I'll be.
And Bandurha like lets out a laugh and claps. He's like, "Ah, yes, see, the hammer likes you. It will require more time in order to, acclimate to you, but I think you'll become close friends."
Larson walks over to Eddie and just whispers, I really did not try to hit that hard. It was just a tap. I don't know what happened.
It's a really nice hammer.
I understand that, but why did it explode?
It's a really nice hammer.
Did you see anything special about it when I hit?
Yeah, it's a heartstone. Those things are as solid as you can get. Plus, there's some other enchantment on it, but I don't know. Not sort of mage.
Am I that solid then?
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
your heart
Question.
is at the very least.
Questions for another day. So
As you turn around,
Yeah, your heartstone probably is. Haven't you read Death of a Dwarven Salesman?
no.
Hmm.
I've read mainly church books and myths about gods.
most of
I
them
think we
portray
traveled in
those
different
gods as
circles.
dicks. Alright, so as you turn around to face Bandurha again, he's holding out a messenger stone. But this one, so most messenger stones, right? Like they work like cell phones, right? You hold it, you think the number essentially, and you can call anyone whoever you know. This one looks different. Instead of looking like a human face, right? Like with a mouth and fucking like ears and such. This one is shaped like a tiger. It has a mouth, but no ears. This is a one-way stone. You've never seen one that looks like a tiger face before. He's holding it out
Okay.
and he says, if you wish to have the hammer, all Bandurha asks is a favor at a future date. The same stipulations that Bandurha has said. No tricks.
Liv,
Yeah?
it's a pager.
Basically, yeah.
But we can actually call it that because a page in the medieval era means something very reasonable and similar, so we could actually call it a pager.
You know what? Fair. You know what? I wanted to say messenger. I wanted to say messenger stone just so y'all would more or less get the idea. You know.
It's a cell stone.
Basically, yeah, cell stone. He's like, no death of innocence, nothing that would break your moral code. Just one favor for Bandura. If you refuse the favor when it comes, then the hammer will make its way back to Bandurha one way or the other.
Eddie, do you think we should try to get him to throw in the Kestis?
Why?
You seem
I use swords.
interested in them.
They're fancy, they're beautiful, but it's not my weapon.
This is.
Remember that Eddie has a rapier at her side.
Yeah.
I know.
I will
It
point
can-
out that like these the case die are good, but like I can always I have like fucking special goodies in mind for all of y'all. But like I can rework something else later if you want. Unless you really want that specific sword.
Well, see, this is actually. I'm gonna say this actually to Bandurha. Like, well, see, this is a replica of the prop that the actor used in The Gilded Hussar. Have you seen that play? It's incredible.
The Gilded Hussar. Yes, Bandurha has seen this. Bandurha has trafficked with the Hussar himself, the real one. Well, before his unfortunate passing.
Well, yeah, but the play's still running. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible work.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful musical numbers.
Yes.
Well, so this is actually a replica of the sword. I'm sure you recognized it when I walked in.
I did. If Bandurha did not have the eye to recognize a replica, Bandurha would think you had robbed him.
No, surely it's not that good. Though it is pretty good.
Yes. But
Should
he's still
we-
holding out this messenger stone to Lorson, and like and his other hand is held out like for a handshake.
should we take him up on the offer?
I think that we should come back later and then think about it. I doubt you'll have too many fresh offers in the next couple hours.
Yes.
I will-
Bandurha is willing to wait. Bandurha has all the time in the world.
You are the merchant, so I mean, I have to take your word for it. I am not good with sales.
Let's reconvene with everyone, shall we?
Yeah. He turns and he walks inside. Hey, Zeno.
Hmm?
Since I see that you've been bouncing around, have you been paying attention at all? Just
Yes, I have.
okay.
Why?
So since like I know that I've seen the Nightshade has been just wandering around, I'm just gonna assume that's canon.
Yeah.
When you are wandering around Bandurha's tent, I would like a retroactive perception check, please.
Okay.
Or it could be survival or nature if you wish. Okay. So around Bandurha's tent, you saw footprints. Specifically, paw prints. Not from a cat, though. Cats walk on 4 legs. This was on 2. And after Bandurha goes back in and Eddie and Lorson leave, you see that where he was standing, they're not boot prints. It's the same cat prints.
Okay. I mean, that's not really too well.
He's a human.
Okay. The Lionel can be around. It's okay.
A what?
Not whatever the cats
Rakshasa.
are called. Yeah.
Rakshasa.
I mean, those are demons. Or like, not like demon. In this setting, they're not like demons. They're more like lesser fiends, just like forces of.
That entire country of cat people?
No, Rakshasa. No, okay. Nemeans are mortals.
Okay, I am talking about Nemeans.
Okay.
The Rakshasa was a jade thing.
Okay. Yeah.
That was my take because of the hand thing.
Yeah. So he is not a Nemean. He is a human as far as your eyes can see.
I mean,
Like,
we
so-
all know he's a demon, let's be honest.
so yeah,
Yeah.
that strikes you as weird because you don't like. You're like, I'm pretty sure that's not a Nemean. So that means one of two things. So I mean, I don't know if any. So Eddie didn't notice anything. Lorson could have noticed something because of his divine sense, but he failed the perception check to actually recognize.
I noticed that he had an
His
illusion spell covering up his hands and
Yeah, you
possibly
noticed
more,
his-
but that
you
was where I
noticed-
could see a break.
Yeah, you noticed his hands are fucky. And that's about it. Nightshade noticed that he's got paw prints. So I don't think that Nightshade would know what a Rakshasa is. So I feel like Nightshade's first... Like, unless Nightshade just knows about lesser fiends. Which, like, if Nightshade does, let me know.
I mean, I feel like Nightshade would.
I mean, Nightshade is related to the Shadow Demons, which are completely separate.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, Liv.
Yeah.
With the information Nightshade has, he doesn't really have a reason to interact with this.
That's fair.
Because all he's seen is paw prints that look weird,
Yeah.
and like someone
I-
having weird footprints isn't really enough for me to do anything with. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Like, it's entirely up to like Nightshade how like this is like just information that Nightshade has. Like,
I'm asking you to give me more to work with.
I mean, I mean, like that's the thing though. Like, you've noticed the footprints and like the fact that this man's is clearly under an illusion. Jade has noticed his hands being fucky.
If we had these informations combined, maybe we could figure something out together as some sort of like team or party or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Linen's not interacted with him at all. And his tent reeks of incense that's being used to disrupt Lorson's divine senses.
I mean, cats have sensitive smells. Give me something with the incense.
This incense... Okay, so, I mean, you can smell the incense from outside. It is cloyingly thick. This man is burning, like, so much... Like usually with incense, like one stick will do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? This man is burning, like, 6 sticks of incense. It, like, actively burns your nose a little bit to be close to this tent. Like, you, as being, like, part shadow demon, you've been around paladins before that have tried to, get rid of you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because, and you know that paladins can determine whether something evil is afoot by smell. And so, with the footprints plus this incense, it makes you, it just kind of, like, he's very clearly hiding something, both appearance-wise and in his scent. It's very, very strange. Especially here, which you know is a safe place. You have, like the goblins are willing to have a carriage cat stable here. They, like, from Linen, they don't do that lightly, right? Like, cause, like, this essentially setting up a church with, like, divine relics in it for them. A cognitopod has been allowed to set up a tent here. And while, like, a lot of places are a lot kinder to them, there are a lot more places that would have them forcibly removed from their hosts and killed. Cognitopods generally tend to only stick in places where they know it is safe. Like, not to mention the fact that this place is protected by a fae, by a Nereid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is, like, the safest place you have ever been. Why would someone be hiding behind this level of, like, layering of appearance, scent, like, things to disguise themselves that go beyond the pale? It's very suspicious, even to you.
Mm.
Like, that's
So
what I've been trying to get at.
Are these windows up here?
Pingham?
Like these?
Yeah, those
Or-
are like window flaps. Yeah, basically to let
Alright.
the
Where
sun in so we can see.
exactly? Where exactly do the footprints lead?
So the footprints
To his feet.
So the footprints go to and from his wagon where he's been unpacking things. The wagon
Okay.
is covered, and you do see some satchels inside the wagon.
Hmm.
Like, it's kind of like peeking out from underneath the cover. You gonna try and take a look?
Hmm. Yeah, I will take a brief look through there. Do you want a perception check or?
Give me two things.
Okay.
First, give me a stealth check, and second, give me an investigation.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
18
18 on
stealth.
stealth. Okay.
Perception. Another 18.
Ooh.
Hey, double 18s.
Nice.
All right. Okay. So, as you give me just one moment to just double check. Okay. So, as you look through his stuff, you note that a lot of his like wares have been moved inside the tent. So a lot of what you find is personal things. As you creep into the tent using your dark vision, you have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Using your dark vision to kind of like see like in the darkness of the covered tent, you move to the back and you find a small cabinet. It is like very small. It almost kind of looks like a prayer shrine. With it does not appear to be locked.
Okay.
Do you open it?
Yes, I do.
So you open it. I'm assuming like with one of your tendrils. And
One of the tendrils, yeah.
Mhm. Inside, you find a small statue that appears to be similar to a holy symbol of a 10-headed tiger man with like horrifying, terrifying tusks and horns. One of his hands is palm up, and his other is and the other one is in his lap. This give me a religion check.
Hmm.
You have no clue what this is. You have absolutely no idea what this is. You look at it closer and you see behind the statue of this tiger man with the horns and the fangs, there are murals of dark moonless nights of smaller tiger men shaking hands with mortals. And as you peer deeper into this cabinet, you find behind the tiger man small glass bottles. The inside of these bottles are very foggy, very cloudy. And as you get closer to them, you hear crying from inside the bottles.
I would like to snag these bottles.
You're gonna snag them all, or
I-
just one?
As many as I can fit. I realistically, Nightshade probably isn't gonna be able to get all of them if he's been making deals for a while.
You're about the size of a regular house cat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could, based on how big these bottles are in my mind, you can probably grab one of them.
Okay.
Like, just grab one of the bottles of your tendrils and just shove it in your little kitty backpack.
Oh, are they quite big bottles then?
They're like, you know those like round bottles that they use in chemistry?
Oh, they're like boiling flasks.
Yeah, they're boiling flasks. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm gonna be honest, like my brain should have said flask. I'm sorry.
Well, when most people hear flask, they also think tiny thing. So I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So if it's like a pretty substantially sized boiling flask, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
We are kind of wrestling the actual D&D rules right now.
A little
Kind
bit.
of funny.
I mean, you are like what, like a fucking like a foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, this
But I
bottle is
also-
almost as tall as you.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
good luck with that.
realistically, I should not have like half of my inventory right now.
I'm willing to say that like the majority of your inventory is just kind of kept in like your little shadow demon hammer space. You know, like your weapons and such.
Hey, you don't want to give me that power.
I mean, look. If it's something that's necessary for you to do your job, I will allow that. If it's something that's like loot or something that you're carrying for evidence, then it has to go in the little kitty backpack.
Okay, so I grab a singular. Ooh, how many do I see?
In this little shrine cabinet, you see about 13.
Do any of them stick out to me? Because if I can only take one, I don't want it to just be someone that's not valuable.
Some of them are a lot more cloudy than others. The cloudiest one is the one on the highest shelf. So there's 3 shelves, right? So like, and it's 6, 6, and then 1. And the one at the very top of the shelf is the cloudiest.
Okay, I will try to grab the cloudiest one
Okay.
and put it in my little sack.
You snag it, you put it in your little kitty backpack, and do you leave the wagon?
I leave the wagon with the one that I can carry.
Alright.
Yes.
Alright, so you hop out, and I'm assuming that like fucking Eddie and Lorson are just talking in front of the tent, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
alright. Okay, so what do you do now, Nightshade? You try and return to the others, or?
Yeah, I take my time. I take the long way around. Mainly see if I hear him say anything in the background. Because it is a cloth tent.
Yeah.
See if you can catch him monologuing.
Yeah, fair. Alright, I won't make you roll for this one, because it's, yeah, you said it's a cloth tent. As you're going around, you hear Bandurha inside, and he kind of like is sighing to himself, and he goes, offload this hammer would be a great burden off Bandurha's shoulders. Like, he sounds like a little, like, not dejected, but just like, he wants to offload some of this shit.
He really does not want to have the hammer currently.
Yeah. I'm gonna check your passives real quick. So, because of your shadow touched, as you walk around the tent, as you get like closer to the shelf that the hammer is on, like you can kind of feel its radiance through the cloth, and it's uncomfortably warm. Like you've been in this oasis for like a week or so now, and you've gotten used to it being like more or less like during the day, like no warmer than like a regular like spring summer day. But like this is unbearably hot being close to this hammer. You feel it burn at you because of your shadowy nature.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not too big of a jump to assume that this man probably feels the same just being in the same tent as this hammer.
Right. Okay.
Like if he is some creature that takes souls, like you assume.
I mean, I have a soul knife.
Yeah, I know. I'm being a shit. I'm being a shit.
It's a foggy
Who
bottle
doesn't?
that screams.
It's not screaming. It's crying more like. But yeah.
Yeah.
Who hasn't collected a few souls in their travels?
Would it? So was I able to? Was I able to, from that religious symbol, was I able to defer whether any nature of it, or is it literally like,
You do not recognize the creature. You do not recognize the symbology or anything at all. It is beyond you. You're also a cat.
yeah.
Cats do
I'm
not have a
probably-
religion.
Cat religion.
The religion of pet me. I need food.
Yeah, I need food now.
I would like to subscribe to this.
Uh,
I need food and pets as well.
yeah, Sam.
I gotta just nuzzle on the legs of my compatriots. And just to see what exactly they're doing.
Yeah, what is everyone doing?
I just got here.
Yeah, like literally just rolled up like as they're talking.
Yeah.
You missed an ice sculpture exploding when I tapped it with a hammer.
Well, it's
No,
really
I
nice
saw
hammer.
that from over there. I didn't know what's going on. What's up? Why are we standing out Bandy's place?
Bandy. Linden and Bunder, who are friends, confirmed. Linden, you don't have to roll with that if you don't want to. I'm just being a shitter.
He has a hammer that when I touch it, it like morphs to my hand and makes my eyes glow. And he's like really trying to give it to me, but for a favor, and he won't
Oh.
say what it is.
I mean, that sounds normal for him. Yeah.
Okay, but like it sounded off, so I went and got
Guys,
Manny.
we've been here for what, a couple of weeks now. Have you not been in there yet?
No.
Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. No, he's fine. Just I don't know. One of those tiger guys, you know?
Linden,
What?
can I get hang on, let me check what you're proficient in real quick.
Linden,
Liv,
just roll 20s. Just
Can-
roll 20s. It's an easy game. All you have
can-
to do is roll 20s.
can I ask how long we've been here?
You've been
For
here
clarity.
you've been here for about like 3 weeks, almost a month.
Okay, then here you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
did it
There you
not
go.
pop up?
I see no pop up.
There you go.
Oh.
At
Oh,
some point,
yeah.
at
Yeah.
some point,
Yeah,
I know
that's
who
true.
this person
I
is.
keep forgetting you have this.
Amazing, actually.
Okay. Yeah, Linden, you immediately figured out that he's a Rakshasa.
Yes.
And as your with your backstory of being a monster hunter, like you have no real beef with him because you're, as far as you're aware, he's like so Rakshasa. They are not inherently evil. Like I'm not going with D&D Rakshasa, I'm going with actual Rakshasa. Right? So some of them are good, some of them are evil, all of them like to make deals. Lennon, you are entirely aware, and he's offered you a similar deal before. He's got a few items that you've been interested in, but you've not really been in the headspace to make a deal. Like, you know, he's offered you a short bow, he's offered you some swords, but you've just kind of been like, you know, not really feeling it. At least you've been having a lot going on.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just did not think to tell anyone, huh?
Well, I don't know. I assume they would have been in there at some point.
Oh, you know what? That's true. Yeah. The main thing you know is that if he offers you a glass of milk, say no politely but firmly.
Dude. So you said he is like a tiger man? He just looked like a normal person to me.
Well,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Larson turns to
Yeah.
Eddie. What do you mean it makes sense?
How do you think he got all that stuff?
He said he was a merchant. I thought maybe he bought it or traded or I don't know. He said somehow he got a hold of the hammer.
I definitely think he traded for it, and he was trying to trade it again. Anyways, it's a really nice hammer.
I do agree. It is a nice hammer.
And if anyone asks, you can say that you're related to it, and no problems whatsoever.
Should I be concerned that it's made of Heartstone?
It's very expensive, especially the diamond variety. Those are worth a pretty penny. I haven't actually worked with it.
If we run into other dwarves, are they going to be upset with me for having this?
Yeah, just say that you were related to them. Heck, maybe you are. Well, dwarves are kind of related if you think about it.
Larson, it's just your grandpa.
But yeah, just say that you have some relation to the person whose house owner was. They'll be fine, probably.
I love this bit.
Now that's
not even a lie.
Another question. Is the Heartstone still active? Like, is it? If I took mine out and we put that one in, who would I be?
Dwarf of Theseus.
I'm really not in the mood for philosophy right now, to be honest.
If you want to bury it in some clay overnight and see what happens, we could. I mean, I wouldn't, recommend you to rip yourself apart again. That was kind of unpleasant to put you back together, not gonna lie.
So, Eddie, sorry. So heartstones that have been treated like this, you would need to completely strip away anything that's been added to it. So like the haft and everything. You could damage it by doing that. So it's possible, but like not generally something that's yeah. Like when a dwarf dies, it's usually for I don't want to say for a reason, but like you know what I mean? Their heartstone gave out for one reason or another.
I wouldn't worry about it.
You know what, Lorson? You have more right to that. You have more right to that stick than the guy in there does.
True, absolutely true.
So
and since they're both diamond, you're definitely kin.
So what you're saying is we should just go in there and take it.
That seems like a really bad idea.
I mean, you saw what happened when I tapped the ice sculpture. What if I actually hit him with it?
I mean, you'd have to take the hammer again. I don't think he'd let you do that. It's in his store.
But, I mean...
Why would you hurt him?
Well, you guys said that I have the right to it.
Well, yeah, but you have to buy it.
Would. I'm just saying.
Look, you got the right to it, but you still got to buy it. That's how things work around here, eh?
Oh my god, it's the most Canadian fucking thing I've ever heard. Jesus.
I mean...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Should I make a deal with you said a tiger man?
Lorson.
Yes, kitty cat.
I know we've had a unstable relationship at times, and you felt uneasy around me. Please, do not make a deal with a demon. If you're not comfortable around me, why are you so comfortable around a Rakshasa?
Well, I didn't know he was one until 5 minutes ago when I was told that he's a tiger man.
And then as Nightshade's got the attention of everybody, he kind of uses his eldritch tentacles to reach into his bag and bring forth this crying foggy flask and saying, I imagine if you make a deal with him, this will likely be your fate. As there's
That's only if you don't do the task that he gives you. He already gave you pretty good terms that it wouldn't be anything illegal, and it would only injure somebody who has already done ill. As long as you fill your side of it, it's not going to happen to you. You're not going to oath. Never mind.
Exactly, Jade.
You broke one oath. Just don't break this one.
My point exactly. And we have not exactly been the best of holding up our end of the bargain in most of the things we do.
Speak for yourself.
Eddie.
What?
You know exactly what I mean.
It's fine.
He does have a full cupboard of souls in his wagon.
That's just how it works. Larson, he's a cat. You can trust him.
Here's the thing. He's incapable of lying. Like, literally, they can't. They can't actually lie. So, if you agree to the bargain, and the terms are what they said the terms were, yeah, he's gonna have you do some tasks, some quests, probably go, beat someone up or something. And if you deny it, yeah, you'll turn into that poor unfortunate soul. But if you do it, then you pay for it. And he's given you pretty decent terms as far as claiming that what it would be. He's given you a pretty decent offer. Do you want to try and milk it for more? We could, but...
Very well. Very well.
I was just concerned and thought that I should bring you guys into it.
No, fair. No, you do not want to do that alone. Absolutely. That would have been very dumb. But you are not dumb. You are very clever.
I am smart.
Gas him up. Gas him up.
Peer pressure.
Are you just gonna keep this soul?
Yes, I'm keeping it.
Okay.
It's mine. It's mine now.
That might not go fantastically for you, but okay. You know what? That's your journey. You want to keep that thing?
I'm already a demon. It's just turnabout is fair play.
I won't interrupt that journey if it's yours.
Yeah.
I've gotta be honest, I keep forgetting that, like, if we run into a monster, it's not just on Larson. Linen can just be like, hey, yeah, no, what do I know about this thing? And just link that ability.
Look, I'm a cat. I just found a bottle.
Yeah. A bottle that cries when you shake it is great.
My bottle now.
So, do you want to try and grease the wheels, get a better deal? Do you want to walk away because demon's bad or something? Or do you want to take what's offered? Your call.
I did enjoy making the ice explode, but at the same time, what if this comes back to bite everybody and not just me?
Well, we're here together.
With a rock on it.
It's a really nice rock.
No, but I mean, like... Oh, because of the favor. No, favor. What? It's just a favor. I didn't even think that the favor would be the issue. Sorry, I didn't understand for a moment. I thought we were concerned about the rock stick.
Oh no, the rock stick's beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's just, yeah.
To get the rock stick, I have to do a favor, but he won't say what the favor is.
Because he hasn't decided yet.
That's just how bartering works sometimes. You get a cool thing, you do something for somebody later.
So then I should get the hammer.
I mean, I don't see the problem with it.
Like I said, that's your journey
He's a-
to decide.
He's a cat. You can trust a cat.
I love how this just implies that goblins and Rakshasa just like even like evil Rakshasa goblins are just like nah, like fucking like tight. Even evil
Nah, he chill.
ones. Yeah,
He chill though.
yeah. Like well, like by the way, I will point out like technically, I use the term Rakshasa. Technically, he's a Yaksha because he's a good aligned one. Like Lennon would be able to tell that. Like I just didn't want to say Yaksha because most people don't know Hindu mythology.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rakshasa
Yeah,
is
I
like
gotcha.
the general term. Yaksha is term for good Rakshasa.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's just
Sorry.
a catboy. It's
Yeah,
just a catboy.
He's just a catboy that likes making deals and will take your soul if you break
Yeah.
the deal.
And that's fair.
Larson walks back in the tent. Mr. Bandy, I will take the hammer after much
Nope.
consideration.
We will barter for the hammer after much consideration.
That word.
He
Hi.
as he'll wave and be like, ah, it is nice to see you, Linen of the Burrows.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Bandurhu was still wondering if you wanted that cat gauntlet.
Um.
And then he gestures
Yeah.
over
no,
his, he gestures over his
well,
shoulder.
it sounds like we're negotiating. I think so.
Yeah,
Let's.
yeah. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Me and you. We can hash that out in a minute.
Of course. You know Bandurhu cannot resist a deal once it is started. And he'll turn to
Of course.
Lorson, and he'll say, "My terms remain as ever. If you will accept the possibility of doing Bandurhu a favor in the future, we can make a deal. You receive the hammer, and when this stone," and he holds up the messenger stone again, "when this stone vibrates, you do as it tells you, and you do not have a problem."
All right, well, we got to hammer out a couple things here first, if you don't mind the pun, and I hope you don't. See, an unnamed bargain is very much, heavily in your favor. There's a lot of things you could ask for, and though you did say it wouldn't be anything illegal, I like that. I like where you're going with that. But I still think that it favors you a bit, and I think we need to sweeten this a little bit, just a tiny bit. As if
Yeah.
it's not an unreasonable deal as it stands, but let's be honest, we both know that you can do better.
And what is it that you want from Bandurhu?
I think that you would do well to throw in the object that Linen is interested in.
Oh,
And I want to put a couple of notes and questions, call them caveats, call them clarifications if you desire, on that little pager thing. How
okay.
long do we have? Because obviously there's a time frame involved, and you don't want to, you have to do this. Well, we're halfway across the world and give us a day. That wouldn't be fair. I don't think that you're unfair, but I wouldn't like to know the for a certainty of it,
Bandurhu understands. It is a valid concern. Bandurhu would never give you something that was so far out of your way, but just to put a time on it, if that is your concern. So right now it is. Let me just check my notes real quick. As Bandurhu pulls out his fucking notes. It is currently the 12th of... Wait, no, it is not the 12th of Magos. I'm dumb. Give me a moment. It was the 12th of Magos when this town was founded. It has been a month. It is currently 10th of Talon. If Bandurhu gives you... If Bandurhu does not call upon you before this time next year, consider the deal completed. If Bandurhu does call upon you, once again, you have until the 10th of Talon to finish the deal. And Bandurhu will not call upon you for a favor that cannot be completed within the time remaining. Does that sound fair?
I do have one question.
Mm-hmm.
You did say it would not go against our morals, correct?
Yeah.
But what if, like, Eddie and I may have differing morals? Who needs to fulfill the task? Is it just me?
Well, we'll help you, but it's your task.
Yes, it will not go
And your
against...
morals. And you have the best morals of all of us.
It will not go against your morals, little paladin.
I literally just got into a drinking game with the bartender for information.
I mean, that is fairly normal for dwarves, is it not?
I'm just pointing out that it was said that I had the best morals, and I do not know about this.
Well,
Yeah, but look at your company. No offense.
well, just from what I know about all of you, Miss Fletcher has... Pardon my...
Eddie, please, don't...
Sorry.
That's... No.
Miss
That's not me
Ed-
anymore.
Yes. Miss Eddie is a brigand and a scoundrel. No offense. Linen of the Burrows is a toll booth operator who... I'm going to be honest, I don't actually... I'm biased. I am biased. Your people are great friends of mine. And that one there... Oh, that one there. Oh, the thing that you are connected to. Oh, that is going to be very fun.
Hmm.
Out of everyone here, I would say that you have probably the strongest moral compass.
I see.
So, it won't break Lorison's compass. Since we're going to be doing it together as a team, you're going to throw in the item for linen.
Mm-hmm.
We have several weeks to complete the task after you send it to us. And
Yeah.
after a full year, if there is no task, then there's no more concern.
Exactly.
Sounds in order to me.
Excellent.
That's up to Lorison. Your call, big guy.
Lennon, how badly do you want that Kestai?
No, Linen's getting a
Or-
thing for, or unless you're talking to Jay,
No,
you
no, no.
misspoke.
I meant the item that Lennon was interested in.
Oh, okay.
Don't know why Brain went to the Kestai.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think that's I don't think that's the bit of the decision that matters right now, Lorson.
Well,
Like I can figure that out after, but
Will I have your assistance for whatever the task may be?
well, yeah, we're friends.
We will take the items for the favor then.
So, I will point out that you're receiving 2 items from Bandurhu. The favor would be a bit more involved than Bandurhu initially was expecting. I hope that is fine. But you do have an entire year. The 10th of Talon.
But the pact is still with Lorison.
It is. The 10th of Talon, 578. 1 year from now. That is the time you have to be bound by this oath. If the time goes by, and Bandurhu does not have need of you, then the pact is complete. If Bandurhu gives you something to do, and it is not completed by that time, then the items will make their way back to Bandarhu, and you will pay the price for stiffing Bandarhu. It is only fair.
And how are we going to seal this deal?
He takes off his gloves and reveals a furred hand that's covered. It's like tiger fur. It's with like wicked looking claws at the end of each finger. His hand is also backwards. He reaches out for a handshake, but it'd be the opposite hand of what you think, because his hand is on reverse. We simply shake hands, and you take this messenger stone.
Lorson reaches out and shakes the hand willingly.
You shake the hand, and he pushes the messenger stone into your other hand. And, like, you feel a gust of wind. All of the lights in the tent seem to go out for a moment, including the natural light coming from the window.
Mm-hmm.
The scent of incense vanishes for a moment and is overtaken by the pungent scent of a fiend, Lorson. Like, only Lorson can smell this because Lorson is a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
And once this gust of wind goes away and the light returns to normal, Bandarhu retracts his hand, puts his glove back on. And Lorson, on the palm of your hand, there is a small symbol, like, etched into the stone. It appears to be a similar symbol to the messenger stone. It is the face of a tiger with horns and 4 fangs, like 4 twisted demonic fangs coming out of its mouth.
I have some wax in my bag. Do you want to infill that so it looks like a tattoo?
I mean, that's basically how dwarves do tattoos anyway, with like engravings. Yeah, Lorson wants to.
Is it carved in, or is it like a design under, like in the crystal of my hand?
It's carved into the stone, and the lichen kind of like infills around it, so you can still see it in the skin.
The like and subscribe, huh?
Hey!
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, I will point out, because you are literally sedimentary rock, this does not really affect you at all. Like, this is like literally, like, by the time the pact is done, you will have gained enough sediment that this would not be really visible.
Hello, beautiful.
Eddie, you said we could fill this in.
Yeah, a little bit of red wax and some dye on top of that. It'll look nice.
Sure, why not?
And he will walk over and he will hand you the hammer. And he will hand Linen the claws. So just because I haven't had a chance to describe them, Linen, these are trying to think of how to describe them. It's like gloves for cats almost.
Mhm.
Like they have like leather bracers and everything like that to like kind of like strap them to the cat's paws, but like they're flexible enough that the cat does not lose any momentum, or not momentum, mobility in their hand or paw. And there are where like claws would be, there is a shining silver, almost scythe-like blade. When you were looking at it before, it seemed almost like mithril, but you're not a blacksmith, so you have no idea if that's actually what it is or if it just is made to look like it. Banderhu called them the claws of Ravana.
Ooh.
So
Does this mean anything to me specifically?
religion check. And if you tell anyone else this name, they can make it too. Except for Zeno, because he's already failed it.
Nice.
Hey. So with your history with like cats and like the fact that your people have trafficked with Rakshasa before, you are aware of who Ravana is. Ravana is the god of the Rakshasa. He is a 10-headed tiger god. He's got 10 heads. Each one has snarling fangs and horns. And he's known to be pretty like I'm trying to think of like the polite word for this. Like sometimes he will grant people blessings, and sometimes he will curse them to death. Long ago,
I feel like fickle might
fickle.
work.
That's the term. Yeah.
Capricious, perhaps.
Yeah, capricious. Yeah. He is a he is known as a killer of he is known as a killer of gods himself. That is how he ascended in the first place, and it is because of that he became a dark god. It's said that in life he was a Nemean, and he ascended by slaughtering other members of the Nemean pantheon. When he ascended, he was banished, and he took his people with him, his most devout followers. And it is because of their worship of him that they warped into Rakshasa. It is because of this that the Rakshasa, while they do follow him, and he is their deity, they do not worship him. They scorn worship. And Ravana scorns it right back. Praying to Ravana is asking him to kill you. The only time a Rakshasa will pray is if they're praying for death. And that has led to the Rakshasa being how they are. Very independent, like business-like. And so yeah, essentially you have weapons that are tied to a guy who kills gods. Enjoy that. I really hope that's not offensive to any Hindus. It's not like I know I'm taking the name, but I am adjusting it a lot to fit the world. Like that's just a good name. Like Ravana's just a good name. Yeah. So you have this hammer and these claws. I will add them to your inventories when we're done here. For now though, as you take Lennon, you can't use it anyway. Not right now, because you don't have your carriage cat. Lorson, for now, I'm gonna add a +1 hammer to your inventory. And I will modify it to have the effects of the Aubryan hammer later, yeah?
Okay.
I immediately tuck my thing into my bag.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah?
Do my eyes always glow while I wield the hammer, or can I, shut off the effect?
Your eyes... Hang on a
Because,
moment.
if we're trying to sneak around in a dark place, and I just have flashlight beams coming out of my eyes, might be a little difficult.
That's fair. Oh, it's called a war hammer, not a great hammer. Why did I think it meant great hammer? Why did I think that great hammer was a thing? I'm dumb. Alright, give me just a moment to get this into your inventory. Okay. For now, it just has a +1 effect. I'll go over it with you later.
Okay.
Because I am using some homebrew stuff to make these weapons work. Speaking of Jade, there is a weapon for you. Like I need to actually get one that's a sword, I guess. Because I guess you wanted a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Eddie. Yeah. I mean, my class is monk, but Eddie's is a pirate, and she uses a rapier. It's just using a rapier under monk weapon.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right.
Honestly, I would have denied anyways because Getty kind of sees herself as a goddess right now because of the whole thing with the Fae.
Okay.
I've already gotten my boon.
Fair. All right. Eddie's going over to Aaron's.
I want to talk to the cuttlefish.
The cuttlefish. Oh boy. All right. Yeah. So Eddie just like immediately leaves.
No. I'm making my intent known for the party of what I want to do next. I'm not bolting out of there. Just to clarify.
Okay.
I just moved my character over there for.
That's what it came across
direction purpose.
as. All right.
No.
So, the rest of you, are y'all what? So, Lorson has this sick fucking hammer. Linen has these claws for later. What is the vibe? I will also point out that y'all can like leave and go on the quest whenever, but like we are coming up on 11 o'clock, and Zeno, don't you have work?
No.
Oh, you do. That's a first.
Yeah, no.
Damn, usually you have work on mine. Alright, cool. I thought I was... Okay.
I'm still on leave, remember?
Oh, right. Okay. I still don't want to go too far past 11, but...
Yeah, no. Keep the schedule.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, so... If at the end of this session y'all wanted to go on your mighty quest, you could. I would encourage it. But what's the vibe? What are y'all doing before I pop over to Eddie and Aaron?
Does Eddie like out loud announce that that's their intention, that they're going over to the
Yeah.
I'm not sure what their name is.
Aaron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say that I want to get out. I will say exactly as I said there. It's like I want to go over and say hi to that cuttlefish.
Cool.
That's
that seems like a great idea. I'm absolutely following you.
Okay.
Oosh.
I choose to believe that Larson just walks through the fucking oasis at any of opportunity.
Oh, Eddie 100% does.
Yeah. So as you enter the tent, so those of you that like splooshed through, like you see Aaron's tent, like the entire like eastern wall of the tent has been pulled aside so that it has like a clear view over the thing. There's just like a small mesh to keep like water from ruining the inside of the tent and any like bugs out. But as you
I totally attempt to go that way before I notice the net.
as you enter, you see this cognitopod sitting at a chair, sipping on a cup of tea, and you note that like I don't know if any of you have seen a cognitopod up close. I don't think.
Mhm.
I think Eddie has. And
I had one on my ship.
Oh yeah,
They were a navigator.
Eddie has, and none the rest of you have.
Would I have any knowledge from my past?
You know them as monsters to be killed on sight, but that's once again that's kind of just the general vibe of your former church.
Yeah.
If we don't understand it, kill it. Like, it's kind of a murder cult. You know them to be poor victims of parasitic octopi that deserve to be put out of their mercy and nothing more, and those that willingly take them are heretics to be put to the sword. But you've been around for long enough to know that, like, and you've seen enough things that you're probably not really believing that all that much. Like maybe you've got some incorrect assumptions, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand. I did not mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, so she's like sipping on some tea, and you notice that like, when she brings the cup up, she like her head lifts up a little. She lifts her head up a little bit to bring the cup to the human mouth underneath the octopus, and it sips daintily before she turns back to you, and the octopus's eyes look at each of you. She's like, "Ah, you would be off illustrious founders. I'm glad that you.
Indeed.
I'm glad that you finally swung by. This place is a marvel. The water is so clear.
Well, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Oh, what brings you to my tent? You need your fortunes read?
You know that it wouldn't be a terrible idea. I mostly just came by to say hi and see how you're getting along. See how you're acclimating.
I'm getting along swimmingly, if you'll pardon the pun.
I will.
Yes, the desert heat is not exactly the most comfortable for me. And she brings her hand up to like point at the octopus on her head for obvious reasons. But this area is a wonderful oasis. It's not too hot, not too cold, and this water is
It is.
absolutely wonderful. Like she repeats, it's like it's enhanced my ability to see a lot further than.
Have you been down to the springs?
You're not talking about the place where the Fae is, because that's supposed to be secret.
No, this place.
Oh.
The age thing.
Oh, the age.
Yeah.
Okay. Duh. She'll nod and be like, "Yes, I have. I don't believe I'll go there very often, though.
Oh no, but once in a while it's a treat.
Yeah, my host body is, well, I suppose my body is, in its late 20s, early 30s, but this," and she points at the octopus, "it's about 5 years old. I probably do not want to make it any younger than it is."
That raises an interesting thought.
And what would that be?
No, disregard. If someone with your condition did not want it, I wonder what would happen if you pressed the aging down.
No?
Food for thought.
It is something
You
that
seem to be
I-
quite content with yourself, though.
Yes. It is something that I am not willing to test. And Eddie, like, you can tell from her, the way she talks, the Cagnetopod that you met before used we.
Mhm.
We as, like, to identify itself, and they, them
Yeah.
pronouns. Aaron uses she, her, and uses I. This is a full meld. This is a full meld. Like, this is a completely
Interesting.
living, full meld. This is one individual. And which is rare. It is probably why, like, she's as strong as she is. And she'll look at you and be like, "Well, who wishes their fortune read?"
I look over at Nightshade.
What's that? In character, by the way.
Are you interested in having some dice cast for you?
I suppose it couldn't hurt. I don't know much of my past or present, so knowing something of the future might help. Nightshade takes a seat in the chair and telepathically links to our... What's the race called again?
Cognitopod.
Illithid.
Cognitopod.
No, we
It's so
can't
hard not
call
to-
them that. We can't call them that, Jade.
What?
What, is that a slur?
No, Jade
What?
said illithid. One, it's incorrect because these, like, while I'm using the art, it's not an illithid. And two, that is copyrighted Wizards of the Coast, and fuck those guys.
Okay, so I mentally reach out to the Cthulhupod and say, "Hello, my name is Nightshade. Let's
The
get all of the surprise out of the way."
Oh, No.
I'm very interested in the reaction. Her reaction.
There is like she is very well. First off, head covered by octopus. Her facial expressions are very hard to read. Second, like her response to Nightshade. So this is silent to the rest of you unless Nightshade rebroadcasts it. Her reaction,
I'm very interested in how she reacts.
her reaction is incredibly level. She greets Nightshade as she would an old friend, and she goes, "Ah, I was wondering when I would get to speak with you. Your thoughts are very loud."
Well, that's boring.
Hang on a minute.
Anyways.
Hey.
Sorry, that was out of character. My bad.
Okay,
Continue on.
no, hang on. I'm actually like, this is the first person to know what you are before you told them.
No.
The only
It's
other
like-
person who did, the only other person who did is Banderhu, who is a fucking devil.
So did the gold dragon live? This is the third person.
And the dragon, and I believe one of the wizards.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
like the third or fourth person who's completely known who I
Okay.
am. I'm sorry, it's kind of
Okay,
like
shit.
it's. I'm kind of used to it now.
I forgot about the dragon. I forgot about the dragon. Okay,
Yeah,
this is
I'm
the
sorry,
first.
Liv.
This is the first mortal creature because the wizard didn't until you told him.
Okay.
You had to tell the wizard, and then he
Okay.
fucking has dementia, so it didn't register for him.
Oh, fair. Yeah, so Nightshade isn't too surprised just because like this is the third person on this one adventure that's kind of already known everything about him. So
But this is the
it's-
first. This is the first mortal creature, though. So
I mean, I'm a cat. The difference between mortal and non-mortal is kind of a nothing burger for me.
okay, all right.
That's actually totally
fine,
fair.
Fine. It's more of a revelation that you're not the only telepath on this oasis,
Fair.
right? You like and even then she doesn't know what you are. She just knows that you're a lot more intelligent than a house cat. She doesn't know what you are.
Okay.
Yeah. I've not really met much in the way of telepathic cats. And I want to point out that like, so is Nightshade rebroadcasting this?
I'll say for this one-on-one experience, no, Nightshade's gonna be keeping this one-on-one.
Oh, okay. So for the rest of you, this is happening in dead silence. But like, Aaron is still talking with her hands. Like she's still doing like body language, but it's completely silent.
Mhm.
And Nightshade, from your perspective, so when she was talking out loud to everyone, it was a woman's voice. It was a single voice, right?
Mhm.
When she's talking to you telepathically, though, you hear two voices layered on top of each other. One is a deep, husky, almost masculine voice, but not quite. And the other one is the same female voice as before. And they are talking in complete unison. There is no dissent. They are completely and totally one being.
Okay.
It's do you try and probe them at all with like detect thoughts, or are you just letting this play out?
No, we're having a respectful conversation.
Okay,
There's no
I
need
just
for
wanted to
that.
make sure because you've done this before, where you're just like, "Oh, this person's neat. Detect thoughts."
Yeah,
Just wanted to make sure.
I've been trying to hold off on that because it as much as I love it,
It is a little rude.
well, no, it requires restraint because it makes your job as a DM a lot harder.
That's fair.
Because like
Um,
I could have ruined that entire encounter before with detect thoughts,
Yeah.
and I
Or-
don't want to do that.
Or could you?
I probably could have. That's why I'm showing restraint.
Now, here's the thing: you couldn't have.
Anyways,
All right. So, right. So she'll continue, and she'll say, "Tell me, what is it you wish to know? Fast Present? Future?
Anything, really. I'm not really sure what I am. I just know what I can do. Other than that, I don't really have this idea of a grander race. I've had a few people drop some things, such as a deity that I should be from, or other people, but nothing concrete.
And she thinks for a moment, and she on her table. So on her table there is a small device that is projecting up a red, for lack of a better term, hologram. And within it you see constellations. It's almost like an astrolabe, and it has direct like a direct picture of the stars above, like, but like you can see them in daytime. Most of these stars and constellations, none of you have seen before, because you would not be able to see them during the day.
Hmm.
And she thinks for a moment, and she goes, a creature with no past, with a future yet unwritten. Where you are from or where you are going? Like, she seems like stumped for a minute, because like she's like, and she consults this astrolabe a little bit. Like, you can't really tell like what she's doing, but she starts radiating like a large amount of psionic energy. And like the hologram starts to shift and zoom in on different stars and constellations and everything. And she goes, this could prove interesting. And finally it settles on a section of the night, like I say the night sky, but like the sky in the astrolabe that is completely bereft of stars, save for one that is dimly flickering. She turns to Nightshade. Where you have come from or where you are going? I ask you to decide.
I suppose where I'm going would be the more important one.
She nods, and she nods, and she kind of like reaches up to the thing, and she does like the iPhone thing of just like, you know.
Of course.
It's funnier that way, and it zooms in on the star, and Nightshade. Like, so for the rest of you, it's just kind of zoomed in on this star, and it's like just really dimly flickering. And like the light in the room has gotten a lot dimmer, because she doesn't have any candles or anything. The only light that is in here is either filtering in through the mesh, and seeing as it is like now like mid to late afternoon, the sun is on the other side of the tent. So it's not a lot of light. All of the windows have their curtains drawn. The only light is from this hologram, so it has gone completely dark. And she reaches out for Nightshade's paw.
I'd like to take the opportunity to do something very quickly.
Okay.
As this thing is in front of us, I just kind of like shake my head for a moment and drop my bag beside Eddie's feet, and just kind of like give them a tap on the side and like look down at it and then leave.
What?
Huh?
What's this then?
Okay, we'll come back to that in just a second. So she's holding out her hand for Nightshade's paw. Which is radiating a psionic energy.
Yeah, Nightshade will give his paw.
She'll take your paw in her hand, and she's very, very gentle with it, like, and she clasps her other hand over top of it. And the world completely blacks out for you except for this star on the astrolabe. And for the rest of you, you see soft purple light emanating from the cognitopod's eyes and the human mouth below it, and Nightshade's eyes. Yeah, like that. Nightshade, you see flashes of the future. You see yourself, happy as a normal house cat, living in a regular like cat cafe. Like there are people come in, they pet you. You see Yori, you see the old lady. Like you're well taken care of, you're pampered, you're living like your best life, and you just kind of experience your entire life as a cat from from like that point where you're in that cat cafe up until your death, where you live a long, healthy life for a house cat, and eventually you wake up one morning, you look out, you see, and you are old and creaky, your kittens are around you, and you slowly pass on to the afterlife. And then it immediately cuts to an alternate, where you are standing upon a mountain of bones, skulls of every race, as black tendrils whip around you. The sky is black. There are rivers of blood around you. And you see mortals of all shapes and sizes clashing against living shadows. Dragons fly overhead before being struck down by spears of darkness. And you see this horrid, horrid scene out in front of you. It is enough to make you sick if if you are in any way squeamish. And your vision bounces between these two possible futures. And then a third one comes of you standing with your friends before a massive golden dragon. Fire is like sparking in the back of the dragon's throat as it looms over you. And you hear you hear this booming voice. No! What have you done? This was going to be the end point of over 1,000 years of preparation. You fools. Your greed has undone all of us. I will build a new kingdom out of your bones. And a gout of fire shoots towards you, and the vision ends right before the fire reaches all of you. And the vision doesn't seem to end because that's it. Both of you are just kind of shocked out of it as the fire reaches you. And Aaron is visibly shaken. Like even with like her face being completely covered by this octopus, it is very clear that she is not exactly like sure what the fuck she just saw. And she says, "Your future is, well, I would like to say the future is not set in stone, but that is quite the pathway in front of you. I will say for you know, classic disclaimer, the future is not set in stone. You could have any of these futures, or you could have none. Just know that where you go, if you continue upon the path that you have set, there's a good deal of blood in your future."
Okay.
And she looks down, looks up, and she goes, "Beware the dark star. Do not allow the dark star to cloud your vision. The the power it promises will be great. I do not believe that you will find its price worth paying.
So, does she sound like she's kind of just saying words, or does she genuinely know what the word Darkstar means?
Like, based on, like... So this is, like, thoughts. Like, so, like, she can't really lie all that well. Like, in like, a thought space. Like, the words that she's saying sound like they're not coming from her, but they're being communicated through her, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever this dark star is, it's got her fucking shaken, and she does not know why.
Ma'am, don't worry too much. All of my power is my own.
Mm-hmm. I will trust you will make the correct decision when it comes to your own future.
Hmm.
And she goes back to the astrolabe and she zooms right the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Like that single extremely dim star on the astrolabe seems to really freak her out for some reason. And
Okay.
Lorson is at the middle of the ocean again, or oasis again.
Mm.
So I take a look at the bag that was dropped at my feet.
Yes, let's go back to that. Lennon, what's going on here?
I mean, like,
Um,
I open it up and see what's inside.
um, the first thing that would be at the top of the bag would be the probably still counting little observer buddy.
Yeah, the observer buddy is still counting.
Oh. Hey, you know what to make of this?
She looks at it and she seems a little confused. She's like, "That is that's an observer. What?
Yeah.
I'm no mage, but is this someone's familiar? I was not aware you had a mage in your party.
It's been kind of following us along and being annoying.
Seems to be stuck in a loop.
Yeah, we kind of crashed it so it wouldn't be spying on us.
Like as you're going, the thing is still like kind of mumbling to itself, and it's like it's been counting for like over a month now, and it is like in the upper billions. And she's like,
Not sure what to do with it.
I mean, do you know whose familiar it is?
I haven't the slightest.
I mean, I mean, I suppose you could just kill it. But, like, if that is somebody's familiar, that might make them upset. Assuming they haven't tried to peer through its eyes and, you know, have noticed that it is absolutely frozen. Probably will not be mobile again until it has finished count. What did you show it? That it has to count up to 1 billion.
That's neither here nor there. But, I don't know. Can't wizards, like, resummon familiars or something? If they explode, don't they come back? Isn't that a thing? That's probably a thing.
Yes, but that resummoning would be at the point of where the wizard is when they recast it.
But if it's not dead, then it can't be resummoned. Isn't that correct, too?
That is correct.
Okay, so if this thing is just counting forever, then we're effectively denying a wizard their familiar?
Functionally, yes.
Neat!
I mean,
Alright, well... Huh?
Does that not belong to your friend? That is her backpack, is it not?
Oh, don't worry about that. Thank you.
Okay. Please, let me know if you require your fortune told. I probably use a lighter vision after what I saw.
Honestly, my fortune tends to, change pretty often from my experience. I doubt you'd get a solid read on me.
Hmm. That's, you know what, that's understandable. What the hell is up with your unarmored movement? I can't even edit your speed.
I haven't the slightest. It's not a big deal. I know it's 40, so like I can just, handle it. But I just was mentioning that there was, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just set it like that.
Doesn't matter. No, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Now I've broken my face. I broke my face. Ah! Oh no! Okay, hang on. I actually have broken everything. Oh god. I got a minute.
That's not what you want to hear the DM say.
No, I mean, this is entirely on, like, my end. Yeah, my expressions are set weird now. Oh no.
It's okay, you're only mildly terrifying.
Yeah.
You look like you lost your contacts.
Yeah, I don't know how to reset my, I don't know how to reset it, I'm gonna be honest.
What are you using? V-Face or Warudo?
VC phase, yeah. Ah! There's a box on my head
'Cause-
now.
Alt F4 and reopen is the easiest way I know.
Okay.
Mhm.
Resetting my face. Oh wait, that probably broke a lot of stuff for y'all.
No, you're just frozen, and when you come back, you'll need to re-enable virtual camera, and then probably OBS Ninja might pick it up on its own.
Okay, let me know if it
It should.
does. Okay. Did it come back?
Yep, you're good. You're golden. You're beautiful.
Okay.
You're perfect.
Yeah. God, what the hell? I've never had it freeze like that. That is
Though I can't move my character for what it's worth.
you should be able to.
It looks very strange on my end.
Huh. Weird. Alright. Well.
Oh, I got it. I just have another ghost of my character for some reason. Oh, it went
Okay.
away. Perfect. Never mind.
Hooray! Alright, so
Everything's solved.
yeah, so you just pick up Lennon's backpack and leave?
Yep.
Alright. So we're coming up at the end. Like technically we're 20 minutes over where we're supposed to end. So do y'all wanna decide on a plan of action, or is there anyone else you want to do it? Because there is the blacksmith still. But like and everyone else. But like literally this is your hub, so like you'll be back here, it's fine.
I mean, I'd like to talk to the blacksmith before we go,
Okay.
but yeah.
It's entirely up to y'all. Like, I would like us to be able to leave at the end of this one so we can get, like, going on the adventure for next time, but, like I said, if y'all want to talk to someone, like, you can.
Okay.
I figure spending 2 sessions in the Oasis is probably not the best idea. You don't want to pull a
Yeah,
critical...
there's enough content here.
Yeah.
I have no complaints.
That's fair. That's fair. I just don't want to pull a Critical Role campaign 3, you know what I mean? Where like they're still in the starter
I have
city.
no idea. I've never seen it.
They are still in the starter city. It has been a year and a half.
That sounds awesome. If it's a
I
big
mean-
city and there's a lot to do, then I have no complaints.
It's not. You can see Mercer just dying. It's great. It's because they got all gag characters. That's why everyone's a gag character except Talison's character. It's great. I only pop in like to see every other episode. Yeah, but yeah, sorry.
All right, so Lennon.
I see you don't have a new hat there. You don't have a new hat. It looks like you guys got out of there fine.
Oh yeah, no, we're fine. So fun story.
Yeah?
Whoever's familiar
Sorry, I
this
didn't
was.
explain that very well.
Yeah, whoever's familiar this was can't use it until this thing either goes back to them or dies and is resummoned. So basically, it's just bricked. They can't see through it. They can't activate it. They can't control it. They need to either kill it and resummon it or something else like that. So basically, you're free.
I mean, that seems a
long as we're
little
holding on to
cruel to the
this.
guy, doesn't it?
What, to the wizard? They were spying
No,
on you. Screw 'em.
the little guy, the eye. He's just counting.
It's mini beholder. It's basically an aberration. It's like a fish.
Eddie, we talked about this.
No, this is literally a beholder. Is this like an ancestral pet too? Is this a thing? Is it okay? I'm sorry.
No, he's just cute.
Interesting tastes noted. Well, the fastest way to get it back online, I guess, give it back to the control of the wizard, would be to
Stab it.
put it into a state where it can be resummoned by them.
See, you tried to say that in a friendly way, but I do understand exactly what that means.
Okay, good, because I'm really, really bad at saying things in a friendly way. It's like the worst thing that I have that I can do that I'm bad
We
at.
can.
Lorson just emerges from the lake. If my services are required, I would gladly assist.
I will hit it with a hammer.
I have a new shiny hammer that hits things very hard.
Let's just hold on to it till we figure something out. Maybe there's a better option.
I don't. Okay, this is your thing to deal with.
Wait.
Huh?
So if we kill it, it can be resummoned.
Yeah. And if we don't, then it can't, and you won't have anyone spying on you.
If you
Yeah. Okay. What happens if the? Can't do that. We can't. What happens if the connection severed the other way?
like if you murder the
I actually
wizard?
have no idea.
Yeah.
Like Lennon, are you advocating wizard murder?
I suppose then it would be free.
Maybe. Yeah.
I sort of say that with
I
a
don't know.
shrug. I'm not claiming to know that.
I'm gonna tuck the little observer back into my bag.
I mean, Lennon, if you want to give like an Arcana, or if anyone wants to give an Arcana check to try and figure out like what would happen.
I've got this. I don't got this.
Eddie, you're pretty sure that like if you murder the wizard, I don't know, it might gain sentience. You're not sure.
Look, I have not murdered nearly as many wizards as I would have liked to in this, so I can't really say.
I love the consistent thread of Eddie just not understanding magic at all and still giving her best. I love that. I don't know how it works, but I'll bullshit it until I know.
It keeps working. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll stop BSing when it stops working for me.
Eddie is very good at pretending she knows what she's talking about.
My track record is pretty good, though.
Alright. So, just like as a recap, because we are hitting the time that I really do want to end. You know about a missing carriage cat and goblin up in the mountains that was supposed to arrive a few days ago, but hasn't. You know about a carriage cat kitten that has been trafficked to Esseros. Nightshade has some, like, really fucky shit going on. You've got a pact with a Rakshasa. And there's also, like, the existing issue with the burrows that you need to solve at some point.
Lennon hasn't actually told the party about that. They read the note, but they did not read it out loud, and they read it on their own.
That is true. Lennon has not told y'all
just
about
for the record.
Yeah, Lennon has not told y'all about the kitten yet.
We've each received a boon, and only one of us didn't put their soul on the line. Well, I guess two people didn't.
I mean, Nightshade didn't receive a boon though either.
Yeah.
Well, your boon was a vision. You received a vision.
Yeah, a vision that will lead to a boon later.
You received a vision. Larson received a hammer. Lennon received a bow, and which is actually on Larson's soul, not her own. And I am a goddess.
A weapon for her cat when she gets it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One person got an immediate boon. The rest of you either got a boon before or have boons that are going to happen later.
Hmm.
Yeah. What's up, Zeno? It sounds
Nothing.
like a low
No, it's just a hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I was actually planning on saying, when we learned about the cat thing from Lennon, I was going to say, well, let's go right now. We have a lead, and the trail isn't cold yet. We have a chance to get it back. That was my plan to say, but it was never actually brought up to the party, so just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, you got 2 missing cats, and like, there's the person trafficking them is still doing it. So
yeah, we know about a full-grown cat that's missing, just not the kitten.
Yeah.
We know about one that might have information on how to find the others.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because they bought it, they had to have a contact, or both, I guess.
Yeah, the ones who
Larson
sold
was
it. Yeah.
Too busy, passed out.
Fair.
So, I suppose, like, just for wrap up, like, what, like, y'all are gathered, you have information. Like, Lennon, are you gonna share the kitten thing, or are you keeping that close to your chest for now?
No, I'm not sharing it yet.
Okay. So, y'all, what is the goal for next time? What is, like, so I'm asking as the DM so I know what to prepare. Like, what is y'all's goal? Like, you can discuss it in character, it's just, like, I need to know, like, what y'all are doing next.
I guess logically, the next step would be that missing cat.
I mean, if we find out about that, I would push
the adult cat,
The adult
not
one.
the
Oh.
kitten. Because that's a loose end, and as far as I'm aware, Lennon going back to the main place is kind of a back burner thing. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It is
simultaneously the most important and the least time sensitive.
It is the main quest. But like,
Okay.
but like it's not got like a time limit on it or anything. Like they want Lennon to come back when Lennon has the money. Like
Right.
technically
Okay.
Lennon doesn't have the money, but you have a way to like with the trade routes and everything.
I just want to call Jacob and advertise this place as an excellent vacation destination to take your family or your lover with travel packages starting at 500 gold crowns. It's a really great deal that you should take advantage of. But honestly, you'll probably want to use these special services, so I recommend our 750 crown package. It comes with better travel coach. It includes the dive package at no extra charge. Book yours today.
I've gotta be honest, I imagine that's like the first thing you set up.
Honestly, yeah, but I didn't really talk about it because we had so much other stuff that were more important to cover. But yeah, totes.
Yeah, like this thing is just this place is just kind of expand. Like there's more to this place than like what you're seeing right here. Like I'm imagining that like this is just kind of like the center where everything is, and like because like the druids of the sand are like they came and they helped set this place up. They've probably got like tents and like buildings, like basically beyond the purview of the map that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's probably like a small village fucking just springing up like around this place. I mean they're druids that can literally manipulate sand. Fucking they like
Yeah.
and the place is made out of sand. Like it would not be hard for them to make those oh god, what's it called? Those like sandstone buildings, like what they got on Tatooine?
You know there are buildings made out of sandstone, right?
No,
Mhm.
where it looks like it's like molded out of sand. Or is that what sandstone
Yeah.
is?
You mean the Adobe?
Is it Adobe? Is it sand? Like okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they've just used like their their power over sand to like just manipulate like buildings like out of Adobe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you know what I'm talking about. Like Tatooine style shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Talia and her wife are probably there. Friggin' the merchant who was like very very grumpy with you. He's probably passing through here and there. He's probably like one of the suppliers because I mean, hey, now there's another stop on his route. Like there's stuff going. So next time y'all are going after the cat, right? Or
We
you
must save the cats.
Which cat?
the big one.
The big one. What other
Yeah.
cat are
Kiwi.
you referring to?
Yours.
The last conversation I remember us having in character about anything that we were planning on doing was we're gonna fix the burrows.
Well, remember last time told you about like
I'm
Sorry.
I'm aware, but the last conversation we had was we're gonna fix the burrows.
Okay.
So that's kind of where my brain's been.
I am okay with also fixing the burrows.
Who was that? That wasn't me.
I think someone opened the door by accident.
I'm open to being persuaded otherwise, but Lynn's current mind is that's where she wants to be next.
Lorson's current mind is shiny new hammer go smash.
Hammer.
Amber.
Hammer.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, Eddie knows how valuable that hammer is. Like,
Yeah. So, Lennon's argument is go directly to the burrows and either ignore the missing goblin and cat or do them later. Just for clarification.
I suppose.
Okay. But the rest of you all fine with that?
I mean, I'd make an argument for going after the new one if it's given to us, if that information is given to us, and if it's not, then it's not. But so yeah, I mean that was the initial plan. Once this place was up and running,
No.
and the other trail's gonna be cold by now.
Yeah, like this guy's been missing for like 3 days. Like
Okay, then I guess the burrows would be the best course of action then.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now I know what to prepare. What else do I want to? Oh yeah. So I just want to remind y'all that like this place is yours. This is not like a oh you're here for one session and you're gone. This is home, right? As it grows, it will like I will let y'all determine like this map itself. Like these guys that are here right now, these are like your main guys, but like if like as it grows, I will add people to it that y'all can interact with, even if I don't put them on the map. You'll be able to come back here pretty frequently if you want. Once you start going further afield, just like I know this is gonna be a spoiler, so like in universe, like you don't know this, but out of universe, just so y'all don't get like, oh, we can't go too far, blah blah blah. I am planning on having there be a teleportation circle here, so that you could get back here from another major city.
Okay.
Just
Nice.
just like
Be
from
helpful.
like an out of character perspective, this place is yours. It is on the map. Its growth is determined by y'all and how much prosperity you bring back to it.
From
And
an
even
in-character perspective, I think that would also track very easily as having Jacob, calling Jacob and having that done.
Yeah. Like most major cities have at least one like if they don't have a magic circle of their own to teleport to, they have somebody who can send you to another one, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like Powder Keg doesn't have one because Powder Keg is kind of stinky, but the Wizard Tower there, they are capable of sending you to another one. Most capital cities have one, and most large cities have one. So the town you went to in the kingdom, for example, Tresimir,
Mhm.
Tresimir has one, but like it wasn't relevant at the time. So
Okay.
We do have connections with Wizard Fest.
exactly. So just letting you know, like if you do wind up leaving the Republic or going further afield, this place does not become irrelevant.
Really, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So bless you. With that, I'm going to hit this with a break.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything they want to show?
Video games.
Video games?
Video games? Yeah.
Video games.
Anything fun happening on anyone's channel?
Sprig's running a subathon right now, and I'm gonna go
Yes.
join her and play for some video games.
I am.
Make sure that
probably-
you head over to YouTube to subscribe to me because that's where I make content. I don't do the Twitch side of things much. I do narrative games, so they're more episodic. Check out a playlist.
Yeah. And also, if you're on Jade's thing, maybe consider following me. I do a lot of RPGs and stuff. Yee-hoo.
Yeah.
Next week is Pathfinder again. That's gonna be fun. On Friday. Or
Yeah.
yeah. Soba Smash. Soba Big.
Super big.
Soba Big. Oh yeah, tomorrow, for people on my chat, I'm gonna be playing Blinks the Time Sweeper. I'm going back to my childhood and no one can fucking stop me.
Nice.
Yeah. Lennon, do you have anything fun happening?
Nothing important right now.
Okay. Zeno, when are you debuting?
I don't know. Sometime.
You forgot that we were gonna keep asking that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Alright, well, everybody, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and also to follow me on the Twitch. And if you are on my Twitch and you got upset about ads happening, then hey, you could always subscribe. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscribe a month. And
It's true.
What is a better usage of that free subscribe than to watch a D&D game without any interruptions? Just saying.
Big true.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do a channel membership on YouTube, which is the same thing, except your money doesn't go to Jeff Bezos.
No. I mean, technically, if you use a Prime sub, you make Jeff Bezos pay Jeff Bezos.
Ah, true.
Yeah. Man hands himself $5. Yup. Alright, well...
Thank you all for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Yeah. Have a good one,
Good night,
everybody.
goodbye,
People on
everybody.
my channel, I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna go raid into Sprig. Everyone give Sprig a big kissy. Wait, I think Sprig is
Yeah.
on break, actually.
Oh?
Is Sprig on break, or am I dumb? I might be dumb.
I don't know. Goodbye, friends!
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Okay, if you're clear...
I'm clear.
Okay, no, Sprig is up. Oh, Twitch did the thing again.
Ah.
Wait, why did they change... When did they change the raid interface?
They did?
Yeah, they did.
I did not notice.
Yeah, I can see Sprig's chat now when I click the raid. That's why it was frozy. That's weird. That's weird. But alright, bye-bye, everybody. Go give Sprig a
Bye.
big kiss.